All right, we're going back in
Okay.
and see what it sounds like, because there's literally no echo between the two of us. Hey everybody, how you doing? I am back. I am here. If you guys are all still here, I'll give everybody a minute or two to come back in. Hey Money Matt, how are you? You don't hear echo? That's great. That means I did something right. Yay me. Everybody give claps.
I
Yay,
like
yay,
that
yay.
name, Money Matt. Hey, Money
Money
Matt.
Matt, yes. Money Matt. All right. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, just a little light introduction. I don't know who is still in the chat. We had a couple of people. Maybe they're back, maybe they're not. We will definitely see, but we're not going to wait for nobody. You know, time waits for no man. We all know that. But I appreciate everybody who was in the chat previously. Thank y'all so much. Going through my struggles, trying to figure it out. Hopefully, I did, and it works out, and we have a good stream. A good stream. Yay. Anyway, like I was telling y'all earlier, I got Miss Climaxx in the building. I wanted to do something a little different. Thank you, Winter. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wanted to do something a little different. For the last couple of Pink Table Talks, they have been very relationship based, on like romance, who who benefits more from relationships, just different topics like that. And so I wanted to do the other side, because more than just, you know, love and fluffiness and all that wonderful stuff, and even more than just financial, sex is a very important part of relationships. And a lot of times when we think of sex, the general mind thinks of like, oh, it's just two people together living happily and merrily, and you know, or you get that stereotype that once you get married, sex life is over. And for a lot of people, that is a thing. But for a lot of other people, it goes well beyond that. When two people that want to meet together and they have different types of things, whether that be, whether you're a swinger, whether you're polyamorous, whether you are into BDSM, whether you're into whatever you're into. I actually was watching this show on Netflix on how to build a sex room. Don't ask me why I started watching it. I just
Great
did.
show.
I just wanted to watch it. It gave me real HGTV kinky vibes. And so I watched the whole season in one sitting. Like one sitting. I was like, oh, it's over? That's it? That's all we got? Like, okay, where the rest of it at? And I'm gonna be honest with you. At first, I was like, "Dang it! Why it's always got to be an old lady talking about sex? Like, what are young
Yeah.
people at? It's always the
Yeah.
old lady." Even when you think about back in the day on HBO, that old lady was teaching you how to put a condom on, how to play
Correct.
with bananas, and oh my God, I'm like, the only people that know about sex is old people.
Yes.
Dr. Ruth, yes, that was her
Yes.
name. Winter. Oh my God. And it's,
Yes.
oh, I'm like, what do, after I guess after eons and eons of life, she out here studying sex. She's like, listen, I'm 84 years old and I done had enough sex in my life. I'm gonna tell y'all about it. Simple facts is old vibes be like screws. She's like talking about it. Old ladies are like, screw this. I'm talking about it. Oh, old ladies are like,
They
got
get
it.
filterless after a while and just, you know.
Listen, that's the old lady I want to be. I want to be the old lady that's just like, I'm finna talk about it, okay? I don't care what you say.
So
What you gonna do is cancel me. I'm already old. I don't care.
I decided not to wait. I had that same notion. When I'm an old lady, I'm touching butts. I'm saying whatever's on my mind. Listen, I decided, you know what? I don't want to wait to be old to feel free enough to speak my piece in my mind and, you know, my opinion or my proclivities or whatever. I decided to start doing it now.
Okay, I want to ask you, when you decided, well, one, what made you decide? What made you make that pivotal. Why can't I talk today? Pivotal change for yourself. Right. That's a word. I'm like, oh my God, I'm jacking it up. Pivotal change for yourself.
Um, I was in a sexual desert. I have at that point I had so for me, I guess my journey into what we reference as alternative lifestyle started probably about 3 years ago. Prior to that, I was in a sex desert. And not that I'm dry, because that's not my issue, but I was unfulfilled. I was unsatisfied. It had gotten to a point where when the act was done, the 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 feels of it were immediately over. Sometimes I couldn't even remember what, let's say, the sequence of moves was, because it was still the same sequence repeatedly. It almost became like monotonous, obligatory, especially, within relationships. I was operating during that time as monogamous, which I don't have any qualms about. But I think the biggest thing for me was wanting to try new things within the confines of committed relationships, and being shamed for it. Whether it was, and it wasn't anything, it wasn't nearly my practice now. But wanting to be spanked, wanting um, to be choked, and we'll get more into that, because there's an art to these things and there's a purpose to these things. And I had already started studying that for myself. Again, shout out Dr. Ruth, because that's really where my interest even started.
I'm sure she piqued a lot of people's interest. They was like, what's going
Hmm.
on?
Hmm. Hmm. And so from there, I really just started to seek out. It started with female sex educators, because truth be told, it's not that I felt like something was wrong with me, but I felt like the solution needed to start with me. Learning more about myself, the way that my anatomy worked. And we're not even just talking about like your sexual and reproductive parts, but we're talking about um, um, pressure points, pleasure points, and how to start to care for myself better, so that I could better direct someone how to care for me. And I think where a lot of people get caught up in this idea is it's about the sex. It's not. It is about the intimacy. It is about um, the the skin to skin connection, and being able to conduct like a true power exchange.
Hey, Black Snacks. Yes, we are talking about sex. Yes,
Yeah.
but not just basic sex. We're talking about that alternative lifestyle sex. Like Luda said, whip, chains, handcuffs, smack a little booty up with my belt. That's the type of sex we talking about today. So if you're in the chat, you have some questions, comments, concern, want to share your story, want to get it off your chest, today is the day to do that. You know what I'm saying? Tell a friend to come on in. If your partner is with you, your multiple partners is with you, come on in, have a talk. Let's have a sit down. Let's have a real conversation and normalize just just being open with who you are sexually. Oh, I don't have a story. I'm a virgin. But Snacks, go to bed. Go to timeout. You are not a virgin. Oh my gosh.
Maybe to this side of you know, the bed,
You here to
they
learn?
might be.
Okay. Well, we'll call you a
Absolutely.
virgin, and
Hmm.
we'll let you learn. We'll give you some things that you can try whenever you
Hmm.
decide to have sex. Okay.
We'll call that, we call that vanilla virginity.
Vanilla virginity. So listen. So I took
Yeah.
the ain't that ain't that a click on your kneecap caps? Black Snacks. I'm not messing with you today. But so I took the BDSM test, and that's my top tier is vanilla. But ideally, I think it's vanilla because of whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I cannot say. I'm not saying any big words because of comfort. Because of comfort. Because I also believe that being open to different things has to be, you have to be comfortable with the person you're with. I know you were saying earlier, like you were being, shamed for it. So I don't imagine that was a comfortable space to be in. You're like, I'm just trying to be me. You know what I'm saying? All I remember is I'm a voyeur. Okay, voyeur. So that was also like a next, not really at the top of my list, but it was like definitely on the top 5 of my list is that I'm a voyeur, which I probably am, because I'd be like, I'm gonna look at it, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
Voyeurs are my favorite people. And ironically, we're looking all the time. If you have functioning eyes, you're always looking. And because we are sexually driven, naturally creatures, we are not necessarily turned on or aroused, but intrigued and curious when we see sex in any manner, especially in ways that we've never seen before. And so voyeurs are a very big part of the alternative lifestyle because that is a great place to start for just making decisions about what it is that you want to try or what you want your experience to look like. Prime example, you watching How to Build a Sex Room, baby, that was voyeurism. You was all in people's personal
In their
business
house trying to figure out what
and
you
they,
like. You like feathers. You like whips. What you like? You like to dress
yeah,
up. What you like to do?
yeah,
And
yeah,
it doesn't help that I'm nosy, which is probably why I'm a voyeur, because I'm nosy. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be sexual. I just want to know what people doing. What y'all doing? What's
yeah,
going on? What's happening? Like, I'm
yeah.
so nosy. So that probably is the most thing that puts me in the voyeur space, because I'm like, what's that? What y'all doing? What's happening?
And
What's
me,
going
I'm
on?
an exhibitionist and a bit of a stage whore when it comes to this alternative lifestyle. We'll get more into exactly what it is that I do and
Listen,
what my kinks and preferences are, but I love being watched.
listen, Linda. I think I was on your Instagram, and you had posted like a clip of like a little show, and I was like, wait a minute, what is that? What is that?
That was a whole gala. This was so the beautiful thing about this alternative lifestyle is that it's genuinely starting to become a community based space that are hosting everything from classes to events to socials to Q&As to um, events that allow for you to participate or to just watch.
Let me
And the
find it.
and
It's a whole convention.
oh yeah, oh yeah, and I
Black
think the
Snacks. We
thing
going to the convention to
and
look.
it's inclusive. It's inclusive. So
I'm sorry, Black Snacks.
every bit of what someone's interests are welcome, but there are guidelines because the biggest the most important part of being a part of um well and just sex period is consent. So everybody has to be in agreement that they are a emphatic yes to watching, to participating, to touching, to being touched. Um, Whatever tools are used, whatever acts, whatever costumes, whatever play, and this lifestyle is such a broad spectrum. So I guess we'll kind of pick and choose what
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 avenues we're
we'll
gonna
dip
go into?
into
So,
today.
would you ever or are you currently polyamorous?
I am.
Okay.
I am actually what's called polyandrous. There are, to the best of my understanding, and I'm still learning, um, but you have polygamous, you have polyamorous, and you have polyandrous. Your polygamous, those are going to be those that are more committed to their life partners. And there's all these different ways to structure your relationships. And then you have your polyamorous who are engaging ethically with multiple partners. And as a woman, I am polyandrous because I identify as heterosexual. So I'm only interested in engaging with men. And so the men who are in my life understand that
You ain't hanging out with their girlfriend.
Listen, how Drake said, "You ain't the only one trying to be the only one." Ain't no only one.
You ain't trying. I'll be with you and your girlfriend can watch because I'm a business, but she can't. She can't participate. Just sit on over there. You'll get your turn in a minute, girl.
And I jokingly say all the time, I'm bi. Like, I love women, and I even love the intimate engagement. I'm just not interested in sexually engaging with women. But
Not you,
hugs,
black snacks. Oh, I cannot. I
but
cannot.
hugs, touch, cuddles. I've even started to teach my friends, that just the intimacy of sisterhood and friendship when we need those embraces. But polyandrous is how I rock. I like bones in my fish, baby.
Balls in your face. Black snacks. While you was on
Bones.
commercial break, I was telling you that we going to the convention. There's a whole convention about this. We going to go look and see
Come
what's going on.
on.
Hey, look who
Yes.
it is. Hey, Breezy. Hey, Breezy. Just want to let you know, just in case you pop in and be like, what in the what? We are talking about alternative sex lifestyle. Um, whether it be BDSM, polyamorous, poly, I don't know. I just learned there's like 99 polys. But or if you're into whips, chain, handcuffs, BDSM, if you're into swinging, whatever you're into, we're having a conversation about it. Are you talking fornicon? Not fornicon. Not you gonna make it a whole thing.
Yes. I love
Not
it.
fornicon. Oh my god. So, oh my goodness. So I was
But there is a convention, and it's actually one of the largest conventions here in the United States, and it travels. It's called Exotica, and
exotica.
that is your Fornicon. That is going to be the place where you go to see demonstrations that run the gambit of all the possibilities that this alternative lifestyle has to offer.
Okay. Listen, y'all, I'm here to
Educators.
learn, and because I'm a boy, I'm probably having this conversation because I'm trying to figure out what's going on. What's going on behind them little dark doors? I'm just trying to figure it
Ah,
out. That's all I'm trying to do. Y'all don't judge me. As y'all see, the question of the day is in the chat. Y'all can answer it if you want to, if you feel inclined. If you don't, no stress, no pressure. The question is just simply, what pace do you like having sex? Some people like it rough, some people like it soft, some people like to be romantic and all, real gentle like. Some people like to swing from the chandelier. Whatever pace you like it, what is that for you? This a no judgment zone. Ah, I see. Well, this sounds very interesting. I'm in and out, opening night, and all. I'll be around. Listen, you can hang around and listen. We will not judge you. Listen, I
at
know you.
all.
I know you're having sex, unless you're a virgin. If you're a virgin, then I understand that might not be your thing. But everybody has sex, and it shouldn't be.
Even
We shouldn't be ashamed to talk about it. So I'm trying to
especially
see
self
someone
sex.
fuck. She said I'm trying to see someone fuck. Oh my god, all of them. Throw me in the traffic.
Listen.
Not you. Hashtag Virgin Gang. Listen, if that might not be all they're doing. They might not just be fucking the whole time. You know what I'm saying? You may have some of that, but you may have some people that just want to be spanked. Maybe I want to see people's pain level because mine is low. It's weak. I ain't
And
got
I'm
it.
a and I'm a
It's
pain
weak.
whore. Look, I don't even know if y'all can see them, but from the last event, I got a few scars up top
See,
here
I ain't gonna be able
from
to do it.
from from nail digs in my chest because we were doing what's called we were doing chakra work on my heart.
Chakra. Yes. Oh my god. Not chakra work.
Listen,
Oh my goodness.
this
Shell
this
says she like.
alter
Go ahead.
this alternative lifestyle comes with so much more than just the idea of sexual of shocking sexual acts within, especially within the urban community, right in Atlanta. We do a lot of other work, a lot of what you would classify as sex workers, whether it be dominatrix, sadists, submissives. There's other work that has to be done in order for our our sexual experiences, whether in public or in private, to be heightened. And that is spiritual work that we do.
Oh my goodness. Shell answers the question. She want all of it. Whatever he want. Whatever he want. What about what you want? I
Yeah, that's
meant in and
important.
out because I'm watching the NFL game. Ha 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 hush. Okay, listen. You can watch NFL and talk about little six at the same time. Sports and sports. Sex is a sport. I don't care what y'all say.
Sex and sports go together. Yes.
As
Yes.
far as the question goes, it definitely depends on the mood. Scars, yes, Black Snack. She got scars. You know what I'm saying? Pain is her
Oh yeah.
pleasure. She got some scars. We gotta protect Shells. Right. She's talking about whatever he want. It's balance, baby. Find your balance. I'm not
Uh,
active, but mentally it's pretty rich. Listen, you ain't gotta be active. Listen, I'm watching because I'm single out here in these streets, and that doesn't mean I'm not having sex. But at the current moment, I'm not. I'm here with y'all talking, so obviously I'm not. No, I'm just joking, y'all. But what would you say is the thing you like the most? Is the pain the part that you like the most?
so let's understand something about the pain. The pain is purposeful. Uh, and I'm sure Tony, you can probably relate just as a woman who is a boss. You understand, who handles so much every day, who carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. When I'm not bossed up, whether it's manning my brand, I'm a front woman of a rock band, I'm a flight attendant, I'm a mom. I'm building a skincare line. Like I'm busy. I field phone calls all day, helping people navigate their feelings and their energy and their a lot. So I need a place to be able to drop off the heaviness, the load that I carry all day. Um, very similar to and very similar to people who who find other coping mechanisms um, that do sometimes involve harm. This is on the complete end of the spectrum where this is like a release. It allows for me to push the limits of how much physical pressure I can put myself under in order to, at the top of that, what I call the mountain, to just blow like a volcano. And whether that's yelling, whether that's crying, whether that's um, needing to go into deep sleep after reaching that mountaintop, the pain serves a purpose in allowing for me to let go of the things really that just are sometimes traumatic, sometimes heavy, sometimes hard, sometimes painful for us every day, but nobody can see our scars on the outside. So nobody believes, in the pain and pressure that we're feeling. So you gotta release that like taking the top off of pressure.
Got you.
And so for me, this is my release. And it's not something I need every day or every week or even every month. Um, but there's a therapeutic aspect to it. And so no, it's not the pain that I enjoy. I actually enjoy the idea of knowing how much I can take.
Got you. No Black Snacks, not after stream. Unless it's gonna be by myself, then maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
Everything I've ever seen with pain, etc., is about surrender of control, trust, and intimacy.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. So, would you say with all of that on your shoulders, the pain just kind of gives you that place to like, okay, I can clear my mind, like the reset space.
Because I'm in control. And so the idea is always, and so I operate when I'm not in boss bitch mode. I'm a submissive. I'm a consummate submissive. I am not owned or collared as a submissive by any particular dominant, but I do have a dominant that I work regularly with. And we are more performative than anything, which means that we hit the stage, and I do this in front of rooms full of people. So now I get to satisfy number one, my release, and number two, my exhibitionism for enjoying being watched and allowing for someone else to feel my release, through the experience of watching me.
So you mentioned earlier that you're a mom.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you ever think about, because I know when people think about, maybe making OnlyFans or adult content as a whole, or anything sexual, first thing people think is like, oh my God, you a mom, you got kids, you should never. Do you ever feel that pressure?
I was putting that pressure on myself when I first stepped into this arena. But prior to um, w- living my alternative lifestyle truth, I was a nudist. And so my son was already raised understanding and seeing, the female form. Of course, we did, some light coverage just for comfortability. But he is probably my biggest fan as far as, I'm not simulating any sexual acts, but he's very well aware of my BDSM lifestyle. He's met my Dom, he sees my work. Um, and he actually is interested because, again, we lean more to the therapeutic aspect of it more so than anything. He's actually interested in where his places now in this lifestyle.
How old is he?
22.
And when did you first expose him to it?
Well, what it started with exposing him to sex talks, but we have to understand that our kids are exposed to sex
Wait,
a lot
yeah,
of times before we're ready to have a conversation. So
absolutely.
our very first sex talk was based on a scene that we were watching in ER when a woman was crowning in an elevator, and Noah Wiley is trying to keep a baby, from being born outside of the delivery room. So that was the beginning of it. But as far as him and knowing about my BDSM lifestyle, honestly, when it started, we started talking about it because just like any parent, my child's opinion matters to me, is the only opinion that matters to me of what he thinks about me, to a certain degree. But he's I can't say that he particularly wants to see his mother, in head on, like in the predicament. But he gets it though, and he respects it, and he admires it, and wants to be a part of it.
He wants to be a dom, don't
Yeah.
he? He like, oh wait a minute,
Yeah.
I can do that, and she's just gonna
Yeah.
let me. Yeah, I'm in it.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
have any? Do you get a lot of flack or anything from your other family members?
Um,
And if so, how
no.
do you deal with it?
I think the only person that is expressed to me, well, honestly, I don't even allow for that expression to happen. My social media page is public. You can see, you feel me, the clips and bits of it all. You have direct access to me as a family member, and nobody's ever called and inquired. Um, my older sister, I did sit with her, and we had a very interesting talk about my lifestyle. And she expressed to me that she did not like seeing me in that light, because she didn't understand it. And that I can accept. So that means that those clips of me, you'll just
Scroll past.
scroll on past, and but this is not just something that I do. This is who I am. This is who I've always been. I just did not know that there was a safe place to be able to be that, and a support system and a community, and education and purpose for all of this strangeness, this awkward sexual awkwardness that I had been feeling for years.
I think so. For me, you mentioned you're a nudist. I think I'm a non-practice nudist. Like, cause when I'm home, I'm like clothes. I think my kids might be nudists too, cause all they do, they walk around in little boxers all the time. Little, um, I'm like, goodness, put some clothes on. But then I'm like, wait a minute. I guess you don't have to put clothes on. You're home. Be comfortable. But I always battled with that. Oh, you're a mom and you got boys. You need to cover it up. Girl, why would you do that in front of your kids? Like, oh my God. I mean, my kids are older now, but when they were younger, it was like, oh, not you wearing little tiny shorts in front of your kid. Not you wearing boy shorts in front of your kids. Not you
Yes.
just got on a bra in front of the kids. And I'm like,
Yes. Because here's the twofold process of that. First of all, if this was the beach, that attire would be appropriate. But in the home where I pay all the bills, so you can regulate on what I'm gonna wear. Fuck out of here. Second thing is that is a part of teaching ethical sex, believe it or not, meaning even just our physical form as whatever sexual identity you lay claim to. But as boys, they need to see their mom in her most natural form so that they don't have this delusional idea when they start to jump on anime and social media and YouTube and whatever of this skewed and fabricated idea of what a woman looks like. Woman looks like mom. I'm the first image of a woman that you should see.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, when you allow for yourself to be unveiled and stripped down, you're setting the standard, allowing them to see the kangaroo pouch, you feel me, and the tiger stripes and the cellulite and yeah.
What what would you say was the hardest part about your transition to decide to just go full out back anime? Hence, like, yes, you know, Shell, that it is all in the anime. Them girls have the big boobs, a little light cut. You know what I'm saying? A little tiny itty bitty waist, a little itty bitty skirt. You know it's in the
Listen,
anime.
anime is so sexually suggestive. My son still watches anime. I sat up and watched with him one day, and I was like, "Is that supposed to be? Is he orgasm?" I was like, "It sounds like he's orgasming." He was like, "Yeah, that's what they're insinuating. It sounds like she's, whatever." And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And children watch this all day.
Yeah. And then there's the one anime. What is it called? It's like Backwoods or Back. What's that one anime that is literally like? It's literally like anime porn for sure. And it's just chilling on Netflix. I walked in and my son was watching it, and he's not technically an adult, but
Hmm.
he's also not a little kid either.
Yeah.
He's a high school senior. But at the same time, I was like, what are you watching? Like, what in the world?
Yep.
What is going
Cartoons.
on? And he was like, oh, it's just a show. And I'm like, yes, Black Snake Bastard. That is what he was watching, the anime Bastard. I was like, what are you watching? And he was like, huh? What? I was like, nah. This porn. Netflix is paying porn. Netflix
I
is
am.
trying to compete with Pornhub.
Listen, I am not ready. So you asked me what was the hardest part of finally stepping into my true lifestyle. There was nothing hard about it. Nothing. The hard part was the hindsighting on what, why haven't I been here already? Feeling like I'd lost time and youth and whatever, trying to live in a box that was not for me.
That is not porn compared to what the net got on there. Like real. I mean, listen, obviously Pornhub got real, but I'm saying, like, they trying to slide it in. They can't just throw it in. Netflix can't just throw it in your face. They gotta, like, little slight drop it in there here and then see how y'all take it, and then, you know, they'll push a little farther. Netflix be testing their limits. Y'all don't think they do, but they do. There's some films on there that you be like, wait a minute, this made it through.
Especially some of the foreign stuff. Ooh,
You like, wait a minute,
make me pearl clutch and blush. Like what?
listen, not on Netflix. My children got
Oh yeah.
access to Netflix. What is this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Netflix has they be pushing. They be down in the valley where the girls get naked. Like, Netflix be in the room,
Oh
ready,
yeah. Oh
ready,
yeah.
ready, ready. Oh my god. So speaking of the show I watched on Netflix, even the Sex Room, Nymphomaniacs on Sex and on Netflix. I didn't even watch that. I didn't even know there was a show. Now I gotta go look it
Ooh.
up.
Okay. Nymphomaniacs
Now I gotta go
on
look it
Netflix.
up. Yes. Listen, but I mean, they are pushing the envelope, even with the show, Building a Sex Room. Um, I was like, wait a minute, and it was on like the top view. Like, hey, looking for something to watch? Bam, here you go. I was
Listen,
like, wait a minute, I ain't even watched
th-
nothing related to this. How is this on my suggested list?
there's a show I'm watching right now called Bonding. on Netflix. And what bonding is about is it is about a female dominatrix. I'm sorry, a college grad student who becomes a dominatrix in order to pay her way through grad school. But it really starts to talk about the fundamentals of being a dom, and the responsibility that you take on with that. Which again takes me to the fact that these are not just acts. This is this is somebody's spirit that you are handling. You understand? So and we've been seeing it more and more just trending on social media, talking about, stop laying with everybody and soul ties and those sorts of things. These are a lot of the things that we discuss, and focus on within, um, the community dedicated to the spirituality of sex. And it's really important to, understand the delicacy, even as somebody who's not alternative, of just your engagement, is not just, you feel me, in and out, bust and go.
I'm saying like most anime tops for topless nudity referred to as ichi, but they're actually got limits. Love, quote unquote, was on there before too. It was pretty clear contact right from the first scene. Wait, on the show Love, they was having like sex, right? Just boom in your face. Oh my god! But
Ooh-wee.
listen, I'm scared. No, but so for me, I know for me personally, I was in a relationship where we were together for a while, and they decided that they wanted to explore poly. Unfortunately for me, I don't like to share. That's just not my thing, and I don't want it. I don't like it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? For
yeah.
several reasons. One, and I'm not talking about this particular guy, so I don't want y'all to think I'm doing this particular guy. But one, there are several men that have a hard time pleasing one person. So then the idea of you thinking that you can please two people when I'm not fulfilled, please. And I'm not saying that people can't. I'm just saying from my experience, my own experience. I'm sure there are people out there that can do and do. But for me, the men that I've encountered, like, I'm not saying I've never been pleased, but I'm saying just on a consistent basis of a person's sexual need, for you to have the energy, time, and emotional with bandwidth to please me as an individual, I don't want to have to split that in half. Now I'm only getting half of the pleasure that I feel I deserve from a person I call my partner. You know what I'm saying? A person that I choose to engage in whatever time that takes, whether it's, a long time commitment, a marriage, or just a long term relationship. Whatever that ends up being, we don't really know until we're headed down that journey. But I don't want to split my time sexually, emotionally, physically. I don't want to split that with nobody else. That's just not
Hmm.
my thug thizzle.
Hmm.
Sexual maturity is vital dependent on self knowledge and real acceptance of self too. Good point, Tony. Good point. I'm just saying, Winter, like, when you think about it, like, there's days where your man and or woman is tired. You know what I'm saying? So they only have enough to just give you a good quickie. Okay, well, what if I want a quickie and she want a quickie? How do you
How do
please us
we
both? How
how
do
do
we
we
figure this
do
out?
that?
You know what I'm saying? How do we decide this? You know what I'm saying?
Let
Like,
but let's even
do
run
we
it
rock
back
paper
to
scissors?
let's even run it back a little further than that. So I'm gonna take this
Hi,
back
Jesse.
to the time of kings and queens. No particular region of the world. Just let's go back to when kings and queens, kingdoms were the ruling powers. So the idea was always the king, right? Who was polyamorous, clearly, because he was riding around taking care of all these kingdoms. He had to ride by horse and
Thank you for
so
staying subscribed for 2 months, Jesse. I'm sorry you've never had a quickie money, Matt. Maybe you should try it.
Um, and so we would think of, we always had this idea that like kings had all these heirs because he was impregnating his queens, right? But understand something. There was a lot of time that went without a king being in a kingdom, years sometimes. So if I'm a queen and I ain't seen my king in a year or two, and he comes home to have me with child, and we're not successful, let's talk about the undercurrent, the reality of or my conspiracy theory of what I believed was also happening during that time. So it wasn't just polyamory, it was polyandry also. If a king was unable to have children, he would assign other men to impregnate, his wife and concubines to give him heirs because he had to keep the kingdom going. So she
Mm-hmm.
was so she was getting it in too. Um, and this idea of, and for me, I think it's starting to shape up a little. It started to shape up a little selfishly with this idea that polyamory was always about men with multiple women, but it's just like we haven't even done the work to learn the one woman that you're with, understanding how to please her in multiple ways that sometimes don't even involve penetration. We talking about that quickie. That quickie doesn't have to involve dick. That quickie can involve fingers, mouth, you feel me, breast play, neck biting, ear, wherever your erogenous on. I like my feet sucked, you feel me? You got me.
I'm in
Listen,
there.
a big toe in your mouth and a rose, and it's a wrap. Give me like a good 45, maybe a minute and a half, and it's cool. We good. Get out of here. Have a good day at work, babe. Okay.
Have a good day at work. I cannot
Thanks.
with you.
I'm going back to
Oh my
sleep.
goodness. I know for
But
me. Oh, go ahead.
but it should never be this idea of just pleasure. As far as the splitting when it comes to polyamory, there really should be more. Um and even those that aren't interested in sharing their sexual partners, polyamory is not even always about having sexual partners, it's about having partners.
I know
so
that
so
since you said that, that's actually where I was trying to get to. Well, a point that I was going to try to make is that um, when you start monogamous and you start exploring and stepping out of that, there's a certain comfort level that you have to have in that. And I know for me and my previous partner, um, that was a big issue for me. It's like I'm not necessarily closed off to the exploration of things. I know I'm a good 90% sure I don't want to be poly, but specifically even past that, there has to be a certain comfort. Like, okay, say we do want to do a threesome at some point. Um,
mhm.
am I secure enough to understand that, okay, when we make the rules for this threesome, you gonna follow them? You know what I'm saying? Just because we make rules don't mean you gonna follow them. You might be like, okay, well, she let
Or
me do it once, let me just go
what
crazy.
if what if the rules were, I will fulfill your desire for a threesome with two women, and I need my desire fulfilled with a threesome with two men.
And I have that issue as well. Not that I want to sleep with two men, but I'm like, whatever we do, it has to be able to be opened on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And so, not that I want to be in a polyamorous relationship where I invite other men in, but it still needs to have the option up that if I wake up on a Tuesday a year down the road and I'm like, you know what, I do want to explore another man. I want to be able to have that option. It can't just be like, nah, this is what I want and I want it now and this how it's supposed to go. No, because if you get to open up and express yourself and get whatever sexual pleasure or mental pleasure or emotional pleasure out of it, I should be able to get that same experience as well on all corners of the platform. All
Correct.
corners.
And it doesn't even necessarily mean that you want to explore another man sexually. It may just simply mean that you want, I don't know, an erotic massage or a
And I do.
BDSM experience, these are all polyamorous um extensions. But again, here we are in this period of time where polyamory is the new buzzword that people are using as being honest,
Right.
but
To openly
but
cheat, basically. Let's openly cheat. What's good for the gander is good for the goose. Yes, it is. Listen, I just
I
really want to cheat on you, so let's be polyamorous because
so
I don't want
let's
to
be
just sleep with you
polyamorous.
because
Absolutely.
I want to sleep with some other people too.
So within my polyandrous relationship, there are three men, my dom and my two lovers, and they are all familiar with each other. My dom and one of my lovers have met, and both of my lovers are familiar with each other. We can all be in the same room. You feel me, on either side of the couch, head in one lap, feet being rubbed in the other, and watching whatever debauchery on Netflix.
Listen, that is so funny because I in one of those episodes, it was like six people. I think like six people, two women,
Oh,
and the rest of
yeah,
them were men.
with the cuddle puddle bed
Yes,
and the
yes, and
drains in the floor.
yes, so she can be peed on, and then it was like the cage because she likes to be in the cage,
Yes.
and I was like,
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
okay, not the
Yes.
golden showers. All right,
Yes.
she would have did great with R. Kelly. See, this was
And
R. Kelly. The way R. Kelly messed up, he didn't find his tribe. He was trying to pull people in his tribe. He should have found his tribe, and he'd have been a
you
free
should have
man.
found your tribe, baby.
He'd have been a
Honey.
free man. Listen, when I tell you, I learned some stuff that I was like, wait, what? Wait a minute. What?
That
Huh?
people are liking.
Wait a minute. Now, I mean, golden showers isn't a new thing because obviously R. Kelly made it more popular than anything.
Yeah.
But like just watching the show in itself, I was like, wait a minute, what kind of chair is that? What kind of? I was finna buy some new furniture because the little furniture that they kind of like do the little dip. I was like, wait a minute, I might
Yes.
need that. Not for anything overly special, but it looked like it'll
Yes.
be helpful.
And and even within, again, these beautiful monogamous relationships, there are so many. Even as a monogamous couple, I would still encourage people to participate as voyeurs within this alternative lifestyle, because you're going to pick up stuff that you're going
That
to
you can
want to go home
explore
and
with each
try.
other. Yeah.
How to build a sex room. There was one part of that show, every episode that she did, that I loved, and that was when she took them on a field trip
Oh
to
yeah.
to
To open them
to
up a little
take
bit.
notice. Yeah, and to take notice of what made them laugh, what made them smile, what made them, shy away or whatever. And to implement those things, because of course, doing it on national TV, they're, oh my God. But she could read those reactions and knew, let's
I
drop
got
that in
something
the
for you.
room.
Right. I got
Yep.
something for you. I'm checking. Come
Yep.
with me. I got
Yep.
something to show you right quick.
And that's the same way that the community operates, is when you come into a space, um you can just be a voyeur, no participation necessary. But if someone notices your sparked interest in something, they may approach you and ask you, hey, do you want to try? Do you want to know what a flogger feels like? Do you want to know what it feels like to have candle wax shaved off of your skin with a knife? Do you want to know what it feels like to have clothespins placed, in different areas? And consent is everything. So your yes is welcome, and so is your no.
I've learned just watching, whether it be shows or just talking to people or just even just from your page, Connie. But I've learned that I'm probably open to a lot more than I thought I was.
Mhm.
As long as it don't cause me no pain, because I told you my pain tolerance is low, honey, it's low.
Yeah.
But I specifically want it with a specific special someone. Like it's not something I want to do with a group of people. It's not something that I want to do with just any old body. Like, oh, I've been dating Derek for 2 weeks now, and let me go try something. Like, it's something that I want to do. Right now, my commitment is I want to do it with my quote unquote forever partner.
Yes.
And so,
Um,
like, so it's something I'm like, I really got to pay attention to because if I find a person that I think is my forever partner, then I'm like, hey y'all, let's go get some whip chains. And like, whoa, wait a minute, I ain't signed up for that. I gotta pay attention.
and that's another challenge I think that is being had, um, among those of us who aren't willing to have open dialogue about sex and intimacy is what you're interested in today, you may be interested in something completely different tomorrow. What you want to try today, you may never want to try again. You understand? Like, but
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing is being with somebody who is willing, number one, and who is accepting, number two.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. So if you wanted to tell people anything about alternative sex lifestyle, what would you tell them?
I would tell them um, to participate, even just watching. Um, Honestly, and I guess it is coined as alternative because monogamy missionary position is the status quo. But there's nothing alternative about it. This has been a lifestyle for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and people again have used it for therapeutic reasons. People have used it for punishment. Let's talk about Catholic priests. You feel me? And all the crazy crap they do. Do you know that they used to flog themselves, beat themselves
Nah, I
as
didn't know
as punishment for just their thoughts, impure thoughts?
that. Was it
Cut
for their
them
impure thoughts? They probably was just having a little kinky time.
and
That's
impure
all.
actions too. Oh
Hey,
yeah,
Power
absolutely,
Pack. I just want to
absolutely.
let you
But this,
know, since it's your first time in the chat, Power Pack, we having a real exhibitionist conversation. Okay, we're having a conversation about alternative sex life. So this is the kinky table talk. So I want you, consent. I want you to consensually come in here and have this
and
conversation. I don't want you to feel like, we just kind of threw it on you because we here talking about
yes,
some stuff. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you want to get some stuff off your chest, this is a no judgment zone. By all means, you are welcome. And thank you for coming in. What are you about to say? I'm
um,
sorry.
no, I was gonna say, um, as far as what I would tell people is to get involved, but you don't necessarily have to show up to an event or right now on social media there are so many educators, certified educators. One of my two of my favorites, and they're a couple, is Jet Setting Jasmine and King Noir. They are by trade therapists. They also run their own porn company called Black Fetish Films. You can actually see some of their clips, which involve a broad spectrum of BDSM and are inclusive to all sexual identities, genders, and sexualities within the type of within what they produce. You can find some of their stuff on Pornhub and on XNXX just to kind of wet your whistle, you know. But they are optimal educators, and we're talking about being educated on how to properly choke, how to spank. As a matter of fact, Just Setting Jasmine was my dom's mentor, um, and they do classes on everything from technique to understanding the purpose of to how to properly execute to how to engage your partner, how to start the conversations, how to involve your children in these sexually ethical conversations, because they have a brood too. As a matter of fact, Jasmine, I want to say, is 42, 43, and just had a new baby
Hey, One
while
Purpose Mind.
performing. While
Ooh, I
still
ain't been on
performing.
X in XX in a hot little minute. Listen, I ain't never been on there. I didn't even know that was a thing, but I'm learning today. Hey, One Purpose Mind, thank you for coming in. You already know what we talking about. You seen the flyer. That's an OG site. Listen, I don't think I'm that OG. You know what I'm saying? I just keep it a little
I said that's
basic.
an OG side.
I
Listen,
just keep it a little basic. Listen,
my
okay.
my favorites videos is at least a couple hundred.
Listen, I don't know. Y'all teaching me something today. Okay, y'all teaching me something today. Look, X and 86. I don't know.
so So now, as far as the alternative lifestyle community, there is a form of, there is a manner of lifestyle that I'm looking to get into. And I'm just trying to find the right group. But it is called pet play. And
Pets
ultimately what
play?
pet play. And what that is um, there's still a two role setup similar to submissive and dominant. But you, as the pet, you now take on the characteristics of whatever animal it is that you want to embody for the day.
I ain't ready. Cause
Um,
then when you said that, I'm gonna tell you. Listen, this how
Different than
innocent. This how
furry.
my. This how my. This how my innocent little mind went. I was like pet play. Like I was thinking like involving your actual pets, like dogs, cats. I was like,
You can, but because that's where you
isn't
would
that
learn the
bestiality?
mannerisms. So we're not having, so within pet play, from how I am understanding, or the way that I want to engage, there's no sex involved.
She said she
There's
ain't
no,
ready, but she wearing cat ears. Listen, listen, listen.
yes.
That's because I'm Tony the Tigress. You see that logo right there? That is my own personal Tony the Tigress logo.
But within that, that brand, that means something. It embodies something to you, because we already engage in pet play. We give ourselves these nicknames. We identify, everybody's on this spirit animal kick, whatever else. Those are my qualities and blah blah blah. But
Yes,
to
because
actually,
I'm definitely a tiger. That is my
but
quality.
but but can you imagine being a tiger for the day and having a handler? No word, baby. You just crawling, you stretching, you laying in sun spots, you being fed
Listen,
your favorite things. If you don't want to be touched, you understand. You put them claws out and let them know. Listen, this ain't touch time. Don't leave me
now you know
alone.
something that's super funny. Where y'all from? Sorry to interrupt. Do you want people to know what state you're in?
Yeah, absolutely. I am in Hotlanta.
Yes, we are both in the same state. I gotta ask consent. I don't want to put your information out there and you ain't ready. But
Appreciate it.
because it's a thing
Appreciate it.
too though. There's a reason it means something to you. Nah, she said it better. I got you, Tiger. Listen, when purpose mind. Don't do me like that. But claws are fire. Hey, Atlanta. I'm from Bankhead. All right, Bankhead. So
Yes.
what I was gonna say, the funny thing about that is the actual character there. I want to eventually create a costume because I do cosplay.
I
And
saw that.
right, and in that I want to turn my actual character into a cosplay character. And sometimes depending on the costume and your cosplay, you have to have a handler because there's no way you can just hold your bags or just do different things. Like someone has to come with you just to kind of help you function in your cosplay, depending on how detailed or how big or bulky or whatever it is. And so when you said handler, I was like, dang. Now I'm in the alternative lifestyle because I'm gonna need a handler for my costume. I'm in the life now. Oh my god, I'm
So
in the life.
you
Maybe
live.
that's why you haven't done it yet because you want it perfect. So no, the reason I have not made the costume yet, Winter, is because people trying to charge me a lot of money. Like it is so much
Yeah.
to make this costume. But the goal is eventually to since Tony the Tiger is already a thing, to eventually even make it bigger, and Tony the Tigress may meet Tony the Tiger because Tony the Tiger is a streamer. So Tony the Tigress may do a collab stream with Tony the Tiger to make it bigger
That
and
would be
bigger and
dope.
bigger. So hey,
That would be dope. That would be dope.
slow to gradually get faster based on the woman's response. Oh, add it.
Pace.
You're answering the question. Okay, slow, then gradually
Mm-hmm.
faster because the woman gets past. Got you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm a variable speed girl too. Yeah,
You like start at different paces.
and I like edge play. That this is another
I was
alternative
gonna say, what is edge
lifestyle
play?
term. So edge play is and both men and women can participate. When you start to know your body and you know the signs and symptoms of when you're building up to an orgasm, the point
Oh,
is
you want
to
to stop
build
right before you get
all the
there.
way to the edge and stop and let it recede back down a bit. and build again, and to see how many times you can ebb and flow
Nah, I ain't gonna be able to do that. Cause once I get
that
down, I'm like, come
release.
on,
Yeah,
let's go.
yeah,
You know what I came here for. Stop playing with me. I ain't gonna be able to do that.
But you don't like being played with like that a little bit?
Not
You
so
do.
not
Make you
not in
beg
the
for it.
not in the sense of, so one, I realized I'm an only child. I don't want to beg for nothing. Just give it to me. Give me what I came here for. Stop playing with me, okay? Stop it. Give me what I came here for. You know what we signed up for. You know what we
Yeah,
here to do. Don't play with
yeah,
me. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
not dies winter. I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
you already, first of all, you're supposed to do all that teasing stuff before you put it there, okay? You're supposed to, maybe rub, kiss, lick, whatever you're supposed to do, whatever whatever we signed up to do before. Once we're in the action and the motion in the ocean is going, don't play with me, because at that point, I'm already teased out. Come on now, let's get to, matter of fact, I don't even like foreplay for a long amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
listen, boom, 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 warm up the car. All right, as soon as the heat turn on, let's go. Like, what are we even waiting for? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure I could probably learn to do it the other way with a person like going through steps, but right now I already know. Like, we know what we're here for. Stop playing with me.
Yeah.
It's like you teasing Tony, just trying to get that motherfucker over with. No, like, we could take a minute to get there, but once we in the car driving, don't stop on the side of the road. Get to the destination. Like, that's all I'm saying.
We're gonna stop and enjoy the view, baby. We're
But
gonna slow
LOL,
down.
pleasure
I wanna
delay might be a key to easier multiple orgasm. How
and it
long is too
is.
long for foreplay? I don't know. At the point where my mind is like, okay, come on. Like, I don't necessarily clock it like that, but
But
I
that
just
is
feel like
also telling possibly about how
it be traffic
lackluster
sometimes. Oh my gosh.
your foreplay experience may even be.
That's a valid point. Okay.
Cause I used to be there. It would be like, and again, it was always kind of like a sequence. You understand? Like it's kind of like, what the lineup and the possible options are for, it's gonna be head somewhere, whether it's me giving or me receiving. It's gonna be a stroke or two, maybe some spinning, but it's the sequences are always the
The
same.
same.
So
Yeah.
I was like that too, child. It was a point where I was just like, don't even bother with head, child. I'd be tapping people on the forehead, like, all right, come on,
All right, we done with this. Come on.
come on.
Come
Like
on now.
you've moistened it. Come on, that's
Gotta
fine.
be with the right person. See, I gotta eat it so the girl can get hers first, then go to work so she can get it again. Boom. But what if eating it is not the only thing? You know what I'm saying? After you done ate it, and y'all say y'all date for 2 years. So you mean every day that y'all having sex, you just eating it and then doing it? Like, shoot.
Sequence, boring.
Right, LOL. But if you don't enjoy the scenery on the ride, then how you gonna know how to get back there in your own or with another driver? Listen, because when I'm with another driver, I'ma let them drive and they're gonna take me where I need to go.
I don't trust nobody with directions.
Listen, I don't trust myself with directions. Like, my biggest issue is people, like, so as I'm learning myself sexually, y'all, I'm being real open with y'all today. Like, I don't even know what it's about, y'all. I'm going through something. No. But as I'm learning my personal self sexually, and I find I learn that best when I'm single. Okay? Because I can think clearly. I know when I'm in a relationship, I'm just like, I feel like I'm working. I feel like I'm working. But when I'm by myself, I'm learning that, like, I don't work well with telling directions. Like, I'm like, they like, what do you like? What do you want? How do you want me to do? Don't talk to me. Why are
I
we
used to
having
live
these
there.
conversations? I don't know. I don't know. Just
I
let me.
was uncomfortable with verbalizing
And maybe that
how I
might be
wanted
it.
things because it sounded weird in my head. Like I was so in my head. But I also there was a period where I would even make noise during sex because I was so self conscious about how I sounded. Now, listen, the neighbors are going to know my name, your name.
The name of the porn we watch? No, I'm sorry. This sounds like hoping for the best, Tony. You gotta start the ignition first, though. Lick it before you stick it. True facts. It's a dang shame how people don't pause between relationships a lot. Listen. I'm learning a lot having not dated anyone. Listen, money man, we by the time you get with somebody, you're gonna be ready. We're gonna get you together. All these little pink table talks, you're gonna be a pro. They gonna be like, for you not to have been with anybody, you're really well aware. I got you. I'm here for you, money man. You support me every single day, every single stream. So I'm here to get you the information you need so you have a successful future in your dating life. This is why they say women reach the sexual peak later in life than men.
Because we've been driven in the wrong direction half the time.
Right. So we
can't even
it.
get there.
We didn't use it. All that inhibition and indoctrination. Is that a word?
Yes.
Did I say it right? Indoctrination?
Yes.
Nah, it's not true. Listen, so I don't know. One day, y'all, I'm gonna find this perfect person that I'm gonna feel comfortable with exploring. We can go to some fetty cons and some erotica cons, and we just gonna have a good time. And I'm gonna come back. We're gonna bring her back. And also, I have a sex doctor. Her name is Dr. San. Y'all may have seen her. She's been on the show, but she was talking about relationships. She talks about relationships and she talks about sex too. She does both, but it's football Thursday, so she wasn't available today. We would have had her on here too, but we're gonna bring them all back, and we're gonna have a whole like revolutionary
round
of
table.
Tony, right? Whole round table about Tony, okay? About Tony, y'all. And I know y'all like, wait a minute, Tony, wait a minute, because this is not what I do on my normal stream. But listen, I try to tell y'all all the time. I just tell y'all my truth, and whatever truth that is, and what avenue, y'all gonna get that. And today is about sexual explorivity. That's the word I just made up.
I love it.
My only point would be, don't trust fate and luck to give you what you don't know you need.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Big
valid.
talk over there. Yes.
That's
and I say this the loudest to the ladies. Ladies, we have to get brave enough, and it means it's gonna start with talking to ourselves, talking to our own vagina. If y'all don't talk to y'all pussy, y'all don't have a good relationship. Y'all like perfect strangers.
Oh, I don't talk to her, dude.
We gotta start. We gotta start having some conversations about what it is that we need, because we need to get more talkative. Men know, you understand? They know if they like just a mushroom touched, you feel me, or they want the whole shaft rolled on, or if they want the balls juggled, you feel me, or the taint with a little thumb pressure back there. They know if they want their nipples licked, or if they like and they will tell us, you feel me, or direct us. They get to pushing heads and all kind of stuff. You understand? We have got to get more vigilant about our pleasure. Monogamous, polyamorous, alternative, furry, leather. You feel, I don't care how you identify, but we have got to get more vigilant about demanding what it is that we want for ourselves, because at the end of the day, it's about you and your pleasure. And as women, we're natural nurturers, and we just have a innate ability to already care about what other people need.
That's it. That might be my issue. I care about other people so much. So much. I'm like, what you want? They're like, but what do you want? I don't know. What do you want? Like, I think that's my biggest issue. I need a gobbler. LOL. I don't need all that cute shit. Okay.
Listen, I'm saying he want gagging, he want saliva falling all out the mouth. He like that sloppy head. Yeah, gobbler.
Okay, I didn't even know there was a word for that. If you with a man who doesn't want to eagerly hear what he needs to give you, red flag for reals. That's valid. That's valid.
So there's a difference between being bossy, though, you understand, and in the bedroom, versus you can have these conversations. These conversations should not ensue during sex until you're comfortable doing so. These should be the type of conversations that y'all should be having over dinner. These are the conversations y'all should be having during long drives.
babe, do you
Yes.
like your balls sucked? Like, what?
Yes. Yes. Listen,
I'm
if
gonna
he
go on
hit
a
that,
date, and my first date, y'all better not let me learn how to IRL stream. I'm gonna do random dates where I just walk up to people. I'm gonna just be on a date with a random person and be like, hey, do you like your balls sucked? That might get me kidnapped. Let me stop playing.
do you like your taint dumped? Do
Like,
you like your
do you like anal pleasure? You like a rim? Rim? No? Okay, it's not your thing. All right. Oh yeah, I mean, fair is fair, and there should be a conversation outside of the moment.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like
absolutely.
aggressive women, not like a dom though. Okay. At least you know what you like, Power Pack.
There is something for everybody. So again, beyond that normal, what's your favorite position? When the last time you done had sex conversation? Because that's trash.
Hold on. Elsie! Oh my God, Elsie! Hey, Elsie, how you doing? How you feeling? Welcome to the chat, Elsie. Listen, I'm
The
sorry.
disclaimer.
The disclaimer. I'm so sorry. You just walked in here and we just talk about do you want your balls? Oh my God. No, funny. So yeah, you see the title. We're talking about alternative sex lifestyle. Um, whether it be BDSM, swingers, poly, whatever it is, we're having a conversation about it. We're normalizing instead of it being alternative sex into just being sex, okay?
Just
We're
say.
just having the conversation of just sex. The timing was perfect. Listen, Elsie.
She was like the what, who, how, where am I?
Good thing the kids are probably asleep. Hopefully. Oh my goodness. They like, Mommy, what are balls in the spaghetti?
Child. Meat, baby, turkey, beef. Don't worry about it.
You here to learn. Listen, oh my God, Elsie, yeah, you coming too. We going to the conventions. Apparently, there's conventions. We going. Whose balls are getting sucked? What? Listen, whoever. I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be asking. Now I gotta learn to be more vocal. So this conversation starts the engine for me to be more vocal. And we have
Because
Climaxx here, and she is already active in fluid in her sexuality. So she would be, she's a great person to talk to.
yeah. Um, I have a theory that a lot of why our relationships are struggling, not lasting, and being clouded with, superficial means of finding pleasure, happiness, or whatever, is because of sexual repression. Because we're already not having honest conversations with ourselves, trying to be what we think our partner wants and desires instead of being who we are, and really attracting what it is that we want. So like as you're speaking about, I want a partner to go to not just these cons where but I want to go to Exotica. I want to go to, a lifestyle club. There are lifestyle clubs around the country, and that's another good place to venture as a single person, as a person or as a person in a relationship, with or without your partner. But just to, again, that's a great voyeur opportunity to see, to get comfortable with things like nudity, because although there is sex going on in these lifestyle clubs, there's a lot of not sex going on. It's a whole bunch of just conversation. And it's a very different thing to sit and have a conversation with someone who is fully unclothed. No laid lace, no beat face to the gods, no jewelry, no labels, no
Oh
nothing.
dang! So I can't walk in there like a bad bitch.
No, you can, but that now is going to have to genuinely be who you are and not who you're dressed up as.
But I like to dress up though.
Well,
I like
well
to dress
then
up.
you well then you gonna
I
have
think that might be my thing. Like I like to dress up.
yeah, yeah.
Text husband, do you want your balls sucked? Elsie, I'm done with you. Go to time. Go to time out. Oh my God. LOL, women definitely got to be all open and upfront more like that. Ask them off the wall questions from the jump. Got Oh, sorry. Listen, the ads. I'm so sorry. I will adjust them later, but I'm sorry. The rawness. Listen. So what I'm learning is one. I do like to dress up. I've never put dressing up in my sexual encounters, but
Mm.
it is something that I do. I love to dress up. Secondly, I was about to say is, as far as being vocal, I also learned about myself in being vocal is that it was hard for me to tell a person that they're not pleasing me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was hard for me when they're like, "Oh, is this good? Do you like it?" I'd be like, "Mm-hmm," and be like ready for it to be over. I'd be like, "Mm-hmm, yeah, wonderful, uh-huh, great,"
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I'd be like, "I don't really," and I mean, I have like the power to do that over and over and over again. Like I'm like, whatever, as long as they're happy, cool. Which again, that's why I'm saying I'm learning more and more. I'm learning more and more about myself in my while I'm single, because I'm like, I'm gonna be like, get up off me. I
Hmm.
ain't like. I mean, I guess I don't have to say it that mean, like, but yeah, I don't know. Ah, yes, there's phrases for that. Like, yes, hey, can we try this? See, I'm not good with that. Hey, can we try? Because I don't have the suggestions to try. My mind is set on if I don't have a solution, then don't complain about the problem, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
And
I
I can
was
understand that.
when I was younger, I probably would have been hurt if a woman told me I was doing it wrong. But now, she tell me. Listen, and I might just be in that mind frame that I feel like I'm hurting somebody's feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be like, dang, my bad. I'm sorry. Like, I don't like hurting people's. Now, I know that I hurt people's feelings because I say the wrong things all the time. And I guess because I say the wrong things all the time, I don't want to mess that experience up. I'm like, dang, I don't even know how to say it. I don't even know the words.
But we have to look at it from a different perspective. This is not about hurting somebody's feelings. This is about improving the the connection, improving the experience. We give critique all the time, whether it's at a restaurant or at at a hotel or where, like we don't so the person that
So
you're
we need a
intimate
sexual
with,
yelp. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to be okay with marking, like, the things you like, the way that you like them done, um because again, and I mean this, with the most utmost respect, but in my personal experience in having heterosexual sex, if I don't speak, all I'm gonna get is the sequence. You feel me? The same four moves that they've been busting, that they are comfortable with, that they feel like they know how to do, no variation because of who you are, or if it feels good to you or not. I've been through painful sex, or uncomfortable, painful sex, boring foreplay. Um, we kind of talked about it in the beginning, was being completely just dissatisfied, and not even, and the feeling like no glow, no after, no nothing, being lost on me immediately afterwards. And that's when I knew, I'm like, this is, for me, I thought it was me, but it's not. It was my lack of ability at that point to be able to articulate how I wanted to try things. And you're right, it's the time when you are all alone, that you should take the opportunity to start truly learning yourself, and that starts with having honest conversations with you. If you can't talk to yourself and your pussy honestly, you ain't never gonna be able to talk to nobody else about it.
Okay. Yeah, as
I
a
used
man, I'm trying to tell, don't stroke my ego during sex because I'm going to get comfortable.
Yep.
How
And then you're
does.
gonna be,
Go ahead.
not say, and then you'll be stuck with that sequence, and he'll never know until you get to a point of sexual resentment, and that is the worst place to be,
Mm,
because now you're
that's the
having
word.
obligatory sex, and obligatory sex can't last long. And I'm sure we've all had it from time to time, where our partner, in a moment where our partner wants sex and we don't are particularly in the mood, but we want to satisfy them, so we do it. If you're not being satisfied consistently because you haven't spoken up and you fall into that cycle of obligatory sex, that relationship is going to crumble.
How does someone say what they want if they don't even know what they want? Like, hey, that don't feel good, or I want it different, but I don't know what to tell you. See, LC, that's where I'm at. I'm like, I mean, like again, it's more one. It's that space where it's like you don't complain about the problem if you don't have a solution. Like I don't know what I want because I'm still exploring me, but I know I don't want this. Like, so then like, do we stop? Like, okay, what? This ain't
No,
working.
but the way that you're saying it is the way you're just doing it. Hey, so I, am still learning myself and trying to figure out what, gets me going. So can we try, a few different things? And one thing that we've got to learn how to do during sex is laugh.
Oh, I definitely laugh. I laugh all the time.
Laugh and
I be
smile.
dying
We
laughing. I probably laugh too much during sex.
but for me, laughing at one point was like the opposite of arousal. So like it was the opposite of the spectrum. So like if I was getting head and it didn't feel arousing, it was ticklish. And would just be tearing me up. But that's how I started to learn where my erogenous zones were, because for me, anywhere I'm ticklish, I'm also aroused. Back of my knees, palm of my hands, crease of my elbow, um, collarbone, like just
Nah, I
ridiculous.
don't like to be tickled. It irritates me.
Irritates me. But if that's what was happening during sex, here I was stifling a laughter while somebody was giving, like milk lapping head like a kitten.
Ah, what do you like, Tony? One purpose mind. Listen.
Ah,
Not you trying to fulfill the needs. You
we
trying
got
to
a
be my genie
pleaser.
in a bottle?
We got a pleaser in the room. What do you like,
Let me stop.
Tony?
Nas, if you compliment, then why would he not think, okay, I'm going to remember this? Okay, I get that. Applause. Listen, I don't have no applause thing, Elsie. You're going to have to help me get that together. Ah, yeah, laughter is important. LOL. It'd be funny whenever my girl is queefing, not making fun of her, though. I think that's funny for me. That I'd be like, oh my God, like I'm making noise. And I spend a lot of time in my head. So if you don't entertain me mentally, I don't know that I'm really focused on the whole sex for real, for real. But tickling
Hmm.
comes from the light touch, whereas the same areas with firmer touch. So I don't mind being lightly touched where it's like a light tickle. I just don't want to be like aggressively like like where you just like like your body is like in convulsions tickle like that. I'm like I
Hmm.
know I don't like that. One purpose mind to simply answer your question. I do know I like dressing up because in my mind I think I'm an actress and I might like role play. I don't know. I ain't never really
You've
tried
never
it,
tried?
but again, it's about being comfortable with the person that you're with, and I don't think I have ever been comfortable with anybody outside of basic sex, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know. I might like being choked. I don't know yet.
So, question for you, because this dress up thing, I'm a dressed up girl too, and I don't even participate like in the cons, but I own everything from capes to masks to whatever, because I implement those in my poetry shows and rock band stuff. But how is it that you can get so gorgeous and sexy to go out in full view of the public for a con event, but not for someone who you are allowing to enter your body?
Um, I don't know.
What do you think the block is that stops you from wanting to? Are you afraid of being judged or being laughed
It
at?
might be a judgment thing. It might be either it might be a me overthinking like are they gonna like this? Like if I and I wear lingerie, so when it comes to dressing up, I have done lingerie. But I also have had people say like we don't need that. Like we don't need none of that. And I'm like, okay, but I like it. We don't need it.
I won't I won't date men that don't like lingerie. I am a connoisseur. I have a 5 drawer dress or that is packed to the brim that look like any drawer that you'll pull out at Savage or La Perla or Victoria's Secret. I'm ridiculous when it comes to lingerie. And even so dressing up, I think for me is an important part of presentation, because especially when you settle in, regardless of what type of relationship, poly or mono, um, when you are with the same person every single day, okay, so I'm the gift, I'm the prize. This is, the dialogue of, about women. But little kids, when it comes to like gifts that you get them for Christmas, few
Mm-hmm.
months and they could care less about that gift. But if you take that same gift and put it in a new box and wrap it up,
It's
and
about opening it
sometimes
again. Yeah.
and it's about opening it. It's not even about the actual gift itself. It is about the thrill of opening it. So that is how I envision dress up all the way down to lingerie is I am wrapping. And so there's a different wrapper now. Every single time you unwrap me, you still love your gift. You love your toy. But that unwrapping, that the noise of the fumbling of the textures, the different elements of it just adds a different element. And then it even brings out, I'm sure, when you get dressed for cons, a different character in you too.
Oh
And it
yeah,
looked like
I
you,
love characters. I have fun with characters.
yeah, listen, and it looked like you got a lot of them, sis. A lot.
Okay, from the chat we got, or when she squirts, like, bruh, you sleeping on that side. Listen, if the bed is wet, I will definitely move to the other side. I'm not sleeping in nothing wet. I'm sorry. Take the sheets off right now. Put a towel down. I don't know. I don't want to sleep in nothing wet. LOL. Some women would be laughing like, then the next morning, they throwing an elbow. What? Some women would be laughing like, then the next thing you know, they throwing an elbow. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't know what the words are, but I love when men look amazed by the way I look.
Hmm.
I got you. I feel it. I like to be. I tell people all the time. I like to be desired. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, if going into sex, you just like, okay, let's put it there. Boom, boom, boom. Even if you just a little foreplay, let's get the car started, and let's boom, we into sex. Like, if I don't feel like you have desired me, even throughout it, start well before we even hit the bed or the couch or the kitchen counter, wherever we at on the stairs. Like, if I don't feel like you have desired me, or that we're coming into this moment where you're craving me, like, and it may not be that you're only craving me, but I need to feel like you're only craving me. I'm the only person in the world you want in that moment. And if not, then I'm not going to enjoy the sex. I'm just not. During
So,
sex, hold on, I'm sorry.
oh no, you're
During
fine.
sex, if he's blown away by just me, but it's yours, talking about tickling, laughing, and throwing the elbow. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, I got you. I got you. What were you about to say?
Um, Hold on. What was the last comment about?
Desire. Wanting to be
Okay.
desired.
Dang, what was my thought? I think I lost it. It'll come back to me.
Okay, I'll I'll
Oh,
I'll,
oh,
I'll
I
expand on
remember.
that. Oh, okay,
I
I was going to say
remember.
I'll expand on it so it can come back to you.
So when we talk about desire, let's talk about kinks real quick.
Okay.
And that is not an alternative lifestyle thing. That is something that we all have. We all have kinks. Every
Mm-hmm.
single one of us. And
Mm-hmm.
I think kinks play a really big part in desire. When you start to pick up on or even just ask and inquire what your mate's kinks are, some people, like I've experienced men who um, like to see me sweaty. And so coming home from the gym, the little edges curling up and the nape of my neck, the little kitchen decided to twirl a little bit. That makes me desirable to him. Other men have foot fetishes. The moment that take them, he waiting. You come in the house, you doing all this, whatever, whatever, and all he wants you to do is take your damn shoes off. You can walk around, do whatever you want, but take them shoes off.
So
So
I
I,
have had some experiences because I I would have to sit down and think what my kinks are. I know I have some, but right now I don't know. But I have had some moments because obviously I live by myself. So I've never been married. So whoever I'm with, I have to either go to their house or they come to mine. Mostly I just go to theirs because we got a lot of kids up in here. Okay, but I know for me, like on that drive, my music is flowing. So when I hit the door, we can go ahead and take it all off. Like when I hit the door and if I know, especially if it's late night, if it's at the daytime and we're maybe going out to eat or something like that, we have plans to eat, then obviously it's levels to it. But if I already know it's 11 p.m., I'm coming to your house. Yeah, we might Netflix and chill, but we already know it's gonna still say, "Are you still watching?" We know what we came here to do. Okay, we are grown
Yeah.
ups. But the thing is, if I walk in the door and it's just like a basic hi or no
I'm
type
turned
of
off.
touch or hug or anything, it dries up quick. You like,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
it
But
takes a minute for me to get back at that level of like, okay, I wanted you, I don't want you now. I'm ready to go home. Actually, matter of fact, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Cause baby, I just showed up in a trench coat, you feel me, and thigh high stiletto boots with a leash and a collar on, and you better be waiting at the door with all my favorite treats, you feel me, to feed me while you pamper me. And it could be anything. For me, I'm a shower girl. So I
Okay.
like hot so I like hot showers. And that's where foreplay starts for me. And I mean I have my tools and stuff in the shower to get it started. And my favorite tool, believe it or not, because I love the feel of roughness. Um I don't care for like men with rough hands, but like I like chest hair. I like I like men who work out because I like tight, like taunt, like
Right.
skin,
Those
like
tough muscles. The muscle
yeah.
indentions.
So for me that's one of my kinks is um ultra masculinity. And so in order, but at the same time, I still need you smelling good, and I don't need you, dead skin on your hands and feet or whatever. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm putting you in the shower. You coming to my house? We get in the shower. The bathroom is steamy, the low lights are on, the candles are lit. You right, the mood music is on.
Right, you gotta have mood. Well, you don't have to have mood music, but you know what I'm saying. It sometimes helps get your mind. And
The ex-
for me, music helps me get out of my head because, like you said, I am a boss. I'm being a mom. I may have to take the kids to sports. I may have worked all day. I may have so the mood music silences the noise in my mind. Miss Elsie says, "What are some example of kinks?"
Um, we have most of our common ones are going to be like sound and smell kinks. Um, so, like for instance, I like men in cologne, but I like sweet smelling cologne. I don't like musk cologne. I don't like 40 cologne. I like them sweet. I have a foot fetish. I'm not putting no man feet in my mouth. I gotta be somewhere super sexually elevated for it to go there. That means I'm out of my mind at that particular point.
I ain't never gonna make it there. I ain't gonna
You
make it
got me.
there.
But that's also a man that usually goes to get pedicures
I don't care.
regularly. So,
I don't care.
but
He can have feet softer than mine. I ain't gonna never
you
make
feel
it there.
me? But me and Jesus, we like washing feet. It's an act of submission to be on your knees, looking up at someone, relaxing them. We're talking about all the nerve endings, that are in the feet that help to release all of the happy and relaxed chemicals in the body. And so for me, I'm a foot fetish girl.
Okay, Pat Power says one of his kinks is scratching and biting.
That's
Um,
another one.
so what does a one do in the situation where the couple wants opposite things? So like I like when my husband showers before. He likes this our natural body blah blah blah.
There is one word that I have eliminated from my vocabulary, and it seems to be a very popular buzzword when it comes to relationships or connections or whatever, and it's compromise. Fuck compromise. When you look up the word compromise, it ultimately means for one to gain, the other has to lose. I would never want for my lover to lose in order for me to gain. Now, we're going to be considerate and we are going to accommodate. So if if you are people with two different kinks, if your mate's kink doesn't bother you or annoy you or disgust you or whatever, then you'll accommodate by honoring, his desire for natural body smell. And then there will have to be, a reciprocity for that, for having the nice, squeaky clean sex that you prefer.
Maybe, Elsie, you can put like towel play. I don't even know if that's the thing. Towel play in there. Put some like light soap and water on there, a little nice warm towel. And, before you do what you got to do before you go down, or wherever you start with your sexual fantasy, maybe, you start by just wiping him off. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then
Maybe
just
he don't want to get in the shower. Just wipe him off a little bit.
and then just understand the boundaries too. Like, for instance, if he wants natural odor, that's because he may like the way that you smell after all day and want to taste that. But if you don't care for natural odor, and pleasuring him again is a compromise for you because it's displeasing or miserable or whatever, then you're right, Tony. A quick cleanup for him, you understand, and that's a good accommodation. I think that that's a great accommodation.
I like to put my girl whole body in my mouth. It's gonna turn off. It's gonna be a turn off if she smell like outside. Listen, I was just thinking about that. Like, I don't out. I mean, your natural smell. Maybe if you didn't do anything all day. Like, maybe you took a shower this morning. And shout out to Paris. She liked to make her voice heard. But maybe you didn't do anything today. Maybe you were just hanging at the house all day. You took a shower this morning and now it's like 9, 10 p.m., but you really didn't do anything. You're just hanging out, maybe watching TV. You may have, I don't know, cleaned the house. So you don't really have an extra crazy smell. But if you've been outside, and especially if you live in hot Atlanta, you've been in traffic, you've been at work, maybe you went to work out today, maybe you was just hot. I don't even know. Matter of fact, if I feel disgusted, I don't want nobody to touch me. Like, I'll be like, wait a minute. I know we just met. This is our first time, but I gotta take a shower. Where your shower at? Like, I mean, it's just, there's no way that I could just feel icky and be like, all right, let's do this.
And if you're doing it as a compromise, you're not gonna enjoy it.
I can't really get mine when I feel like his ecosystem is thriving and overly aggressive. Wait, so you mean a sponge bath? Yeah, like a little sponge bath. Wrench him off a little bit.
Yeah.
How am I gonna make a sponge bath sexy? What you mean, girl? You walk in there with a little cute little clean. You be a little nurse. You put on your little nurse outfit and you go and bath.
Go get you a little metal mixing bowl and a
right. You go and sponge bath your patient, honey.
Be Nurse Ratchet.
Listen, you
be Ratchet.
And then, like, when he start talking, you be nurse shh, you know what I'm saying? Because you got smelty on there. So be nurse shh, you know what I'm saying? When he start talking all that trash, be like, shh.
You got to save your energy, baby.
Right. You walk in there with your little sponge bath and you wrench him off. And then, like, don't take too long. Because obviously, if he don't like it, just get it in there, quick it up right quick. And then before he can even realize what's going on, you just jump right into it. I don't even know. I'm just making up stuff.
So I have a question for the folks. As far as grooming habits, what are the preferences here? Are we 70s bush babies? Are we clean
bush
shaven?
babies.
Are we okay? Listen, I've run into all types. So I be having to, we talking about accommodation though.
Okay, now put some rose petals in there and light some candles, maybe. Okay, set the mood. I
love it.
I know for me, so waxing is something that I like to do, but I was saying in a previous stream or a previous conversation that beauty costs. Like, it's expensive. Okay, it's expensive, and I'm not giving up my nails for nobody. I'm sorry. But
ever.
I'm not. Listen, you see these good faces, and I like
Mm-hmm.
extra art. Okay, I got my
Mm-hmm.
nail appointment coming to my house on Friday. She'll be
I know
here.
that's right. I know that's right.
But so even on the days that I don't get waxed, I probably I probably like to keep it as low and trim as possible, because when you
Mm-hmm.
don't wax it, and that grow back is horrible. So if it's not
So,
waxed, I just keep it extremely low.
so
I
if you
gotta be
came
bald.
across
It
a
gotta be
man,
bald, like a like a little naked mole rat. If I came across a man who likes it like that,
yeah,
I have no problem, bringing it back. But I would still have the conversation like, hey, if you like this, you may have to help me finance it.
bam.
That's just going to be the conversation. And if they say no, then they have to understand, like, it costs money, just like life. I have bills to pay, and unless you want to help me pay these bills, that's just not something I
Listen,
can afford right now
baby, your preferences are
consistently.
not free. Yeah, I was like, your
Right, you know what I'm saying?
preferences are not free.
Yeah, consistently. I'm not saying that I won't never do it. Okay, maybe I can afford it once every couple of months, or once every month, or once, whatever I can afford it as. Probably not once a month, because that's how much it takes. But you know what I'm saying? If I can afford it every so often, I'll go, because I know you like it. But if it's something you want consistently all the time, I'm gonna need you to put it in your budget.
I just recently had to cut a partner loose. For that, for financial reasons, and I am nobody's digger. I don't demand anybody to pay my bills, or afford the brunch for me and my friends. I'm not that chick.
Me
But
either.
but um I don't I'm an empty nester, and I like entertaining in my home
I'm not
because I
yet.
have
I'm
because I
close, but I
have
ain't there yet.
I got the setup I like, and the way that I like to kind of, facilitate and finesse my experience. But I was dating a guy who was at my house every single night. And mind you, you are in my hot water. You are spilling and wasting product. You are dumping out containers of coconut oil because you just keep knocking them over on my bed, on my carpet. Like,
Oh wow.
yo, uh, so let's discuss. You understand how much all these products cost?
Let's discuss your bill.
Because yeah, and this is your bill. Well, I just, if you, I don't understand why it is that you think you're supposed to charge me for what you already doing.
Because you're wasting it. I've already
and
paid for it, and when you break something, you replace it. That's just how life
and
goes.
and that wasn't the complete demise of our relationship, but another one of my, I guess my love language, hell, is financial security. And so it wasn't, he wasn't in a place, and older than me too, God bless him. But he just wasn't in a place to be able to afford the luxuries that he wanted to indulge in every day, every day.
You got some answers in the chat for your question. You
Okay,
got
let's hear.
you get all seasons with me. Some days you'll have Chewbacca in the house, and some days you might have straight skin.
Okay.
Um, then you have, but I don't mind if my woman has hair either, even though I might choke on the hair sometimes. And then hell yeah, I'll pay for that shit. You gonna pay for the wax part? See, that's what I like to hear. And like you said, it's not about being a gold digger or anything like that. But if it's not something that I already have in my budget, then it's an addition. And if your fetishes cause a financial addition, you know what I'm saying? Like if
Accommodate.
if you decide you want a new hobby, you have to then pay for that hobby. So
Correct.
wanting me to do a certain thing, you have to learn, you have to help. You have to assist with that. Hey, I like your hair this way. Well, my stylist don't do my hair that way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to go to another stylist to get that type of look. And I don't mind
Hmm.
doing any of it. However, if it's a financial strain on me, or even if it's not a financial strain, like I could very well afford it, but it's just not in my normal budget of what I typically spend my money on, I feel it's only right that you assist. And it may be a conversation of like, hey, let's go half on it. You know what I'm saying? Or you may have to pay the whole thing, whatever we decide and discuss on, but there should be some type of assistance in doing something that is you, because it's not that, if it's not that important to me, like, it's not my thing. I'm adding it because of you, and you want it. I'm willing to accommodate that. How do we get it done? Hell yeah, I gotta spend whatever makes my woman happy. Shit, I pay
Thank you.
100% of the bills. Happy wife, happy life. I love happy
Yes,
wife, happy life, but I also believe happy spouse, happy house.
absolutely.
I could never look at a woman like a gold digger. I love it. That's a good thing, Pirate Pet. That's a good thing. And I mean, I know there are women that are specifically there for financial gain and financial gain only, but
But I'm an
that just ain't me.
investment.
That's just
I'm an
me.
I'm an I'm an investment. You understand? Everything that you give me, I'm going to make grow. So 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 being asked to again afford the accommodation that you are asking for is the bare minimum. This is not a negotiation. I'm not going half. If you want to see it, just like when you want to see basketball or when you want to see porn or whatever, you paying for internet, you paying for tickets, you paying for parking, you paying for, like, we pay for what it is that we want. Don't show up to me, and because I'm already rolling in a particular direction, you think you just gonna hop off for a free ride. That's a no.
I
That's a
definitely,
no.
I agree. My name is Tony, and I support this message. No, um, so I want to kind of scale, or not scale back, but kind of rewind a little bit. Um, you were talking about choking, and I know a person in the chat. I don't know if they're still in here. One Purpose Mind. They were asking about, what are the things that I like. One of the things I learned that I like is choking. Okay, I learned recently, and it was really by accident. Like, somebody just happened to do it, and I was like, wait a minute, because I have a rebellish spirit. Like, I'm a rebel, and call it being a Taurus, being a bull, being stubborn, whatever you want to call it. I'm a rebel. Something about somebody telling me no, I want to do it anyway. I'm like, what you mean no? Why I can't do it? What you mean I can't? What you mean I can't? Can't tell me no. So I get in trouble a lot. But anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. So you also mentioned that um, the art of choking, the safe way to choke, the proper way to choke. So dig into that a little bit.
So, first of all, let's talk about just the anatomy of the neck here. We understand that we have
I just
a
picture
couple.
Bart Simpson getting strangled. Oh my gosh, Elsie. Oh my gosh.
We say the Bart Simpson strangle for the kids, for the teenagers. My son did caught that Bart Simpson strangle a couple of times. But that is not the type of choke. You understand? That's that I brought you in this world, and I might
I'll take
decide
you
to take you
out.
out today. Okay, so but choking. So we understand that we have some major arteries that run through the neck that supply the main blood flow going to the brain, right? So there is specific hand placement for going around the neck, both from the front and from the back. I am not super well versed on how to teach someone how to do it particularly, but I know how my neck is built, and where you shouldn't have your thumbs or fingers as far as the direct pressure. The purpose for choking, especially for women, is with men, when they become erect, as that erection continues to grow and that blood flow is continued to enhance and support their member, um, they are experiencing a heightened sense of pleasure because of blood away from the brain, and then the chemical release for happy and calm. As women, we don't get that same effect because our clitoris is not structurally as large as a penis to need as much blood in order for it to enlarge or engorge. So the in the art of choking, the purpose is again to rush that blood flow away from the head
Mm-hmm.
down to the lower extremities to give that same euphoric feeling that men experience. You're right. It is a place of submission. Um, to allow for that to be done, to trust somebody with doing that. Um, and back when I was feeling ashamed about asking for what I wanted, choking was one of those things that I would come across men, and we're not even talking about to the point of even sexually engaging, but just, that stupid conversation would start about your favorite position and your last sexual partner. And then so it was like, well, what do you like? And I'm like, well, I've always kind of had an interest and curiosity in choking. And we experienced it sometimes inadvertently, like how you said. And decide we like it and want more of it. But I've had some interesting responses to that, like, well, I don't want to hurt you. I'm sorry. Are we going into this with the intention of causing me hurt, harm, or damage? Like, that should be the furthest thing from your mind. Oh, well, I just, I'm
I'm
strong.
so strong.
Yeah,
Control yourself. Self control.
but you regulate that strength every day, in terms of,
Right. You ain't just
and
ripping down doors. You ain't Incredible Hulk. When you hold your child's hand, you ain't just crushing it.
but you're gonna kill me today because I'm asking to choke. So that was kind of just my humble beginnings with choking. And then once I said I started to invest in the education, it started to teach me the anatomy, the purpose, and the pleasure of it. It became a whole new ball game. Um, and so I, for anybody who's interested in doing it, one of my favorite educators for choking is going to be Daddy Hef underscore on Instagram. He's actually the Dom who I perform with. We do public exhibitions regularly, and he is one of like the of extremely skilled Dom when it comes to teaching that technique. But it
Okay.
is a technique. Yes,
My sister passed away from strangulation, so that's something that I could never be comfortable with. I
absolutely.
understand. I understand. Tony, you cracked me up. Listen, Elsie, I'm just trying to get to the meat and the bones and the chicken
Mhm.
and the lamb chops and the oxtails of it all. Because, listen, I probably just had this conversation for me. Y'all just happen to be witnessing. I'm having a conversation by myself. Y'all just witnessing because I'm trying to figure me out. Let me figure me out, okay?
I do appreciate that last comment. My condolences for your sister. There are a lot of, because there are such a huge amount of acts within sex and within the alternative lifestyle community. Um, you're right. There are some, because of people's personal experiences, that they should not venture into because they are triggering. And again, that is a major part of open dialogue. I do like to be spanked, but only on the butt. My mother was a victim of domestic violence. I witnessed this on a regular basis. So for me, I don't do slapping. You cannot snatch me up. You cannot hem me up. We that and even within our sexual playtime, that does not extend outside of the bedroom. And it can, and whatever acts we perform, it can never be out of anger or a form of punishment. So like, I met a man who was a sadist, and um, he liked to engage with women who liked to be beaten, to the point of damage. I mean, butt filleted open, wets and scratches and scars all down the back and the legs and things like that. And I had to explain to him, for me, that level of, we're not damaging the merchandise, first of all. Everything I do for me within this is purposeful. But to that extreme, I had to explain to him that, and especially seeing the images that he sent me, I said, that's triggering for me. Because, and I know that any version of that level of aggression uh, called a coroner because I'm killing you. So I absolutely do understand that, and that's why, again, the purpose. the spirituality is so important in this, is because we don't want for anybody to ever feel triggered, or to walk away damaged. It's supposed to be empowering, freeing, enlightening, exploratory, adventurous, fun. And that's why compromise is never a part of the agenda, is because I'm not going to take a loss or to do anything that I don't enjoy, or that triggers, or that is the type of sensation that I don't want to experience, just for someone else to be pleasured.
So you were talking about the Satanist, and I wanted to ask, not saying that Satan is the opposite of
Not
Satanist is
Satanist, sadist.
sadist. That's
Yeah.
okay. Oh, okay, a sadist, and
Yeah.
not saying the opposite of a sadist is a Christian, but that does open the conversation for me to ask you, since your page is so open, since you are so very vocal about what you like and how you like it and all of that, do you ever get any flag or any quote unquote hate mail or anything from either those who claim to be Christian or those who just very much disagree with your lifestyle as a whole?
Not a single one. Now I know it's coming. And I remember when I first stepped into this, that is exactly what I was braced for. But no. And I am surprised. But within the community and those who, have a much broader following, and a much bigger stage, yes, that is a reality, of what it is that we do, and a lifestyle that we participate in, and that's okay. Believe it or not, I am accepting of someone's disgust or disdain for what it is that I do. I'm I found my tribe. So I have a system, a community of support and love and encouragement, to not be bothered by,
People who disagree.
yeah, yeah.
Do you share outside of Instagram? Because the only place I know that you share it is on Instagram. Outside of Instagram, is there any other places that you do share your lifestyle, be it like OnlyFans, a personal website, or I don't know?
No, and that's just because I am a perfectionist that spirals into procrastination. And so I am needing to do that. But I just recently found a close closed community that requires a vetting process, um, to start to build more in. But again, I want to be as spiritually and mentally prepared for this undertaking, because to see it, is important. But I'm a purposeful person. So this is not just about exhibitionism and shock value. This is about real value, and someone finding their inherent value, in what it is that I do and that I present. I'm very proud of who I am, and the way that I've found myself living. And I talk about it freely. And I mean, strangers, bars, my coworkers, because of people seeing my Instagram page, it always sparks, curiosity or questions, or even just comments, or people wanting to share with me about their proclivities that they may or may not have expressed, that they may have, tried a time or two, and don't know where to go to do it safely or whatever. And that's all I'm really here for, is to just direct traffic.
And speaking of where to do it safely, you do have a question, and is, what is a good place to start exploring our kinks and wants and desires?
Hmm. Um, I would suggest, and because you use the word kink, I would suggest going to one of the conventions. That's a great place to just be the ultimate voyeur, and to ask a million questions, to be able to participate in demos, to get a taste or test of, how things feel. But um, Yeah, conventions is a great place to start, because then from there, and then just educators online too. People are always having events. There are in Atlanta, there is so many events. When I kind of broke into this, I was shocked to discover. So even start hashtagging um, your city and kinks, or your city and BDSM, or your city, and finding these different events and pockets of people. It's not that we aren't visible, and we're public. It's just that it's not, it hasn't quite, the wave hasn't like truly started yet. But now with all these shows on Netflix and whatever else,
It's
oh,
coming
it's
out.
about
It's coming
it's
out.
about to go crazy. Yeah.
Wait, like test and try sex. I mean, what conventions? I never been to a convention before. Listen, y'all, we going on a field trip to the convention. We gonna find a
Exotica.
convention.
Exotica has a page on Instagram and on Facebook. Two X's, EXX. I can't even spell right now. OTICA. Yeah,
It's
Exotica.
okay. We gonna Google it. Swinging is
Um,
on my bucket list. Low key, the lowest of keys though. I don't want to
it
swing because we already talked about. I don't like to share.
as someone who's interested in swinging, I would suggest locating a lifestyle club in your area, or make it a vacation. Go to Jamaica, hedoism. In Georgia, actually, there is what is the name of it? And it's a whole camp, and they building houses and everything. Up in Dawsonville.
Can I add
And
you on Facebook? I think she's on Instagram. Old
I'm on
people use
Instagram.
Facebook.
I'm on Instagram. My Facebook is boring. I mean, I do transfer some of
Facebook
my
is for your
Instagram stuff
classmates
there.
that you want to keep
Yeah.
up with.
Yeah. My Facebook
Instagram
is
is for meeting
dry.
new people and sharing yourself.
Yeah. Um, but I will keep Tony posted, because I do need to expand this year into some other platforms to allow people a variety of different ways to just kind of know what I'm doing. And I've also committed within my new community to really become more vocal about education and experience. Um,
If you guys follow me on Instagram, I did tag her page. If y'all follow at the Tony Dominic Show, I did tag her page in the flyer. If you don't follow the Tony Dominic Show, then her Instagram is Climaxx 2X's 11. Right? I said it right.
yeah.
Hey, look at me remembering stuff. A A.
Now let me give y'all the backstory real quick about how Tony and I encountered each other.
Not the backstory.
Yes, how
Not the
we got
backstory.
here. So it's been over a year.
Yeah,
Um
probably even closer to
and
two at this point.
yeah, and I was guesting on another podcast, and showing out similar type of dialogue. I think we were talking about like polyamory, and how that works and what that looks like, and how you even like express that to somebody. I was like, just say it. But you all were coming to look at the space,
Mm-hmm.
because there was a potential for another project that you were a part of at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And really just kind of sat in and just was watching me, act up. And we plugged in via social media, and we, liked and, exchanged some messages, and now here
Here
Tony the
we are.
Tigress is, yes.
Here we are. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna be honest, I was not even listening to the podcast, so it's not like I went in like, "Ooh, she the kinky girl," because I
It
didn't.
was the energy.
I just I came in with the business mindset of like, okay, what are we gonna do with this space? They happen to be doing the podcast, but her energy is an amazing energy. Like it's very like happy, it's very freeing. But I also have a similar energy, and that's where people tend to connect. Even when I don't, my face, I definitely have a resting bitch face when I'm doing business, but my energy still remains the same. And those who have an equal energy to mine, regardless of what I look like on my face, whether I'm thinking about different stuff, they automatically still feel my energy. Like it seeps through my pores. So, and y'all may feel it in the chat because I know I be making y'all crack up. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, and so I was like, hey, I just felt like I need to connect with her. I don't know why. Ain't no special reason. She didn't do anything. She didn't touch my booty or nothing. Like, I was just like, I need to connect with her. And then in connecting with her, it took a minute because, you know, even when you start following somebody, Instagram is ghetto, so it take a minute for them to really get into your algorithm. Dang, I can't say nothing today. But so once I started seeing her, I don't even think I started seeing kink at first. Like, for me, it was more just like pictures that were like, I'm gonna say costumey because, again, I like costumes and dressing up. So for me, it was just pictures. And my first mind didn't go into the space of like, oh, she's the kinky girl. Like, I mean, her name is Climaxx. It's always been Climaxx. It hasn't changed or anything. But again, I was like, I didn't think about it because my name on Instagram is Celebrity ATL. Clearly, I'm not a celebrity yet. So, like, I don't pay attention to the name that people choose on Instagram. So I was like, okay. But then as I started paying more attention, because I also am oblivious sometimes, I just be scrolling and be like, okay. And then as I start paying attention, I was like, oh, what's she doing? What's going on here? And that's probably what opted me to start messaging, because I got questions. Let me tell you, if one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask some questions, okay? Now, a person can tell me, hey, I don't want to answer questions. This is not, you know, okay? But I'm going to ask a question. The worst you could tell me is, no, I don't want to answer it. But I'm going to ask a question, okay? I'm going to ask it, and I don't care. It's going to come out. Sometimes I can't even control it when I ask it, because I'll be like, dang, I probably shouldn't have asked them that. Oh, it's out there now. And so to this point, here we are today. Like, a friend of mine who was also going to come on the show today, but she had a dinner engagement she had to come to. A friend of mine who also walks on the alternative lifestyle. She was like, "Ooh, you need to like spice it up and have like a kinky talk." I was like, "A kinky talk? What am I even talking about? I ain't even kinky for real. Like, what am I talking about?" And instantly when she said that, your name flashed in my head. It was like, I know who to talk to about this.
Yeah.
I know who to talk to about this. So I told y'all, chat, that this has been like a couple of weeks in the making, just to plan it out, getting schedules together, making sure things work out. Because, you know, people be busy. We busy. But I'm glad we got this opportunity. I'm glad. And listen, I've been really trying to get to her show, but I got two problems. One, I'm forgetful. Okay, I'm forgetful, and I'll be like, oh, I'm going. It's Friday. It's this Friday, and we all know Friday is just tomorrow. Okay, so from now to tomorrow, I'll be done forgot. It's just that fast. And then maybe a picture or a reminder or something will pop up, but it's usually after the event. Then I'll be like, oh, I was supposed to go to that. I was supposed to be there. And it doesn't matter. I have a calendar in front of me. I could put it in my phone. It does not matter. I will forget. Like, I have to, like, have somebody has to, like, specifically say, hey, remember that thing? Right. That thing you want to do? I'll be like,
I'm gonna get you.
Right. What you want to do? Oh, yeah. I forgot. Now, and that's not everything. Some things I do like remember, but it takes me telling myself all day, like, okay, at 4 o'clock you gotta do this. At 4 o'clock you gotta do that. At 4 o'clock you gotta do this. At 4 o'clock you gotta do that. It's really weird. And don't let nothing happen between that time. Like, don't let the kids ask me something and get my mind off of the fact that I gotta focus on something, because it'll go left from there. I love both y'all's IGs. Thank you, Power Pat. I still can't find the IG. It's Climaxx, CLIMAXX, and the number 11. That's all. That's it. That's all. But yeah, it's been a great journey for me. I don't know about you. It's been a great journey. I've been able to be a voyeur. You've been able to be an exhibitionist. We're a match made in heaven.
Absolutely. And listen, and I can't wait to hear about the first time you implement all that good old dressing up. You feel me? I'll be waiting on you at the door in a cape or a crown or something. You understand?
I'm gonna text you and be like, girl, let me tell you about it. No, oh my God. I follow both Celebrity ATL and Your Game One Accident per shit. We here now. Listen, you can, both of them are open. None of them are closed pages. It's just that if you want specifically Twitch information, it's on Tony Dominique's show. If you want just my personal lifestyle, it's on Celebrity ATL. Like it just is. I wish the numbers of Celebrity ATL would transfer over to Tony Dominique's show, but we know how that works. So, hey, every now and then I may post connecting post. Too bad every time I follow you, it glitches out. I don't know what Instagram got going on. You know, something Instagram is racist. So I mean,
Yeah, they are, and I've been shadow banned a few times.
so that may be a thing too. Instagram is racist, and
So,
it's racist against everybody. It doesn't matter
oh
if you're
yeah.
black or white or Asian. It just picks a day and it chooses to be racist.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
is there anybody who has any other questions, comments, concern that they want to share in the chat, or that you want us to touch on? Anything you want to get a little more information about? Go ahead and put it in the chat now. For you, is there anything else you want us to consider, think about, learn, something that we didn't tap on? Because again, since I don't know the full life, there may be a question that I didn't ask simply because I don't know that it exists.
I don't know the full life. The one thing I really want to say is I appreciate um, all of you for participating and plugging into today's conversation. This is where the exposure happens. This is where the change happens. This is where the healing happens. And we are able to break the stigmas and to cancel out some of these old world ideas that are so bound in guilt and shame, to start becoming more exploratory and more adventurous. Listen, you don't have to participate in BDSM in order to get spicy. You don't have to welcome additional people into your bedroom and into your sex life, you feel me, to feel like you are doing something. What you do have to do though is you have to spend time, number one, having honest conversations with yourself. Now, men talk to their dicks all the time and
Mm-hmm.
talk through their dicks. They don't have no problem with loving on and being familiar with their member. Even if they may have, apprehension or insecurity or whatever, but they're aware of themselves. As women, we got to get more aware of ourselves. What does your vagina look like? When was the last time you
Oh no,
looked
I
at
know
her?
what she looked like. I look at
Characteristically,
her all
they're
the time.
all so different. But before I started, I've always looked at mine, but I just started watching
I got
porn
mirrors all
three
over the
years.
place. I be trying to see.
I just started watching porn 3.5 years ago
Oh no,
for
I've
the
been
first
watching
time.
porn for a long time.
Well, I
A
didn't I
long
didn't
time.
realize I didn't
It's been
realize what
eons at this
other
point.
I didn't realize what other vaginas look like. I knew what mine looked like, but they're all so interesting looking and shaped differently, and get familiar with yours and start having conversations with yourself.
Okay.
Sign language too.
Not.
You feel
I'm
me?
done.
Invest in
Stream
some
over.
toys.
Canceled. I'm done.
Amazon, Groupon. You understand? You ain't got to spend 60, 70, $100 going to your local sex shop. You can go there to get an idea.
I was gonna say I don't necessarily buy a lot in the sex shop, but I do like to explore. I'm like, what y'all got going
Mm-hmm,
on? What new stuff?
mm-hmm.
What new
Listen,
stuff is this?
Amazon sell a million toys for $30 and under. They got
Yeah, but
so
if I
much
go on
interesting stuff.
Amazon, I'll go in a rabbit hole and I'll be like, what? But if I go into the store, they have it in sections and I can just kind of,
Yeah. So go to the store, kind of make your mental list, and then
go
Amazon is where you buy it, or
go
Groupon is where you
window
buy it.
shopping
You
and
know?
then purchase from
Yeah,
another store.
yeah. because I don't know about y'all, but our sex shop out here, Tokyo Valentino, as cute as that store is, child, when you buy anything out of there, you are paying for brick and mortar. Because the
I ain't
upcharge is
never been in Tokyo. I mean,
disrespectful.
I passed Tokyo Valentino, but I've never been in it. I've been in the Love Shack a million times, so
Okay.
a
Okay.
million times.
Okay.
Let's see. In the chat, we got, well, this is my first time here. I love the talk. Thank you, Power Pack, and thank you for
Thank
coming. I know
you.
you from another community, but I'm so glad you decided to come in and hang out in mine.
Yeah.
We got, I just say thank you to you both at this point. Very educational and affirmational conversation tonight. Listen, that's what I'm here for. Anybody who is new to the chat and this is your first time here, the Pink Table Talk is usually on Thursdays if we have guests in a conversation to talk about. So if you're in my Discord, there is a place for you to put suggestions of talks that you want to have. And then I can pull together the people that will best make that conversation a great one. So, yeah. There's also Dom City in the Discord. It's in Tiger Town. I'm still working on it. It's still a Discord building, but most of it is about my own city because I want to have a city one day. And there's a city in Tennessee that's for sale. That's going to eventually be Tonytown, Tennessee. But yes, I want to.
I did not know this city. I was today years old when I learned that
You
you
can
could buy.
you can buy a city, and they're not
Check it.
super expensive depending on where you buy it from. In Tennessee, I think this city is probably the price of a super decent house here. I think it's like maybe 500,000 to buy this town. It's a small town, but I can have a small town. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
There's bigger towns you can buy, but my town don't need to be huge.
Yeah.
It's my own little community that I'm building in Tennessee. But yeah, so there's so much going on here, guys, and I appreciate y'all for coming in. I'm a podcaster that games, so I do play video games on the days that I don't have a guest. I like bringing light to the unseen culture, hence this conversation here. Underground artists, painters, comedians, actors, actresses. We do watch indie films on this stream. Yeah, I just like to have a good time.
Hmm. And your broad array of just interest is greatly appreciated.
Oh yeah, I just really like to share the things that I love with the people that love to learn about them.
Hmm.
I just want to say thank you all for talking about this just because it normalizes things that weren't normalized before. You are welcome. That's what we're here for. We normalize it.
Very welcome.
This game was
Yes.
a blowout. Rams got murdered. I'm so sorry, Money Matt. You missed a good stream. Money Matt was here in the beginning, so he didn't really miss the whole stream. He started at the top of the stream, and I'm sure he's been lurking in the background. I've been here watching football. I didn't miss it. Yeah, it's all good. I love the new communities. Glad to join you. Thank you. Hashtag Discord. Oh, thank you, Elsie, because y'all know I don't be having my stuff set up. I think I have it only where the mods can do the Discord, so Elsie can do the hashtag Discord, but I probably should open it up to everybody. At first, I didn't know what Dom City was until I looked. Yes, Dom City is the place you go to put out your kinks, to post your kinky gifts and photos, whatever you want to put in Dom City. That is that is where it goes. Not that I'm a Dom or anything, because I'm not, but it's fun. Welcome to Community Power Pack. It's almost never boring here. Elsie, I cannot with you. Love the convo. Thank you, Shell.
Thank you.
Climaxx should stream. That would be a good avenue for her to really share that. That would be awesome. If you want to learn about how to stream on Twitch, then do it. Only thing she has to worry about, as long as she keeps her clothes on, she is good.
Definitely not.
She is good.
No, yeah, I mean, I'm okay with whatever
Twitch will
platform.
cancel you in a minute.
I'll follow the rules.
I just like this. Oh, I already read that. Did I read that? Yeah, I read that one, Terry. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Facts. Definitely got the voice. Wait, what? Did I miss something? Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know. Okay.
And
Um,
as you're scrolling through, I actually thought of one last thing. So for people that are interested in exploring their kinks or want to have like just couple playtime or even want to take some sexy pictures, also look in whatever area that you are living in for your local dungeons.
local dungeon. I learned about. Well, let me read the last little things. Facts definitely got the voice. LOL reposting my thanks because I fell into an ad. Oh, okay. I was just reading yours, saying we appreciate you, Winter. Um, I would follow her on here. Listen, you already got some pre-fans. I post the same highlight message twice. You didn't miss anything. Okay, good. I learned about a place called Fetish.com, where you can also find whatever fetishes you enjoy and love and like
Mm-hmm.
as well. I have not gone
Mm-hmm.
on there because I'm scared. I'm scared, y'all. Listen, I'm scared of a lot of things. I'm scared. Okay,
And you got to
and
do it on your own time, your
listen,
own way.
I'm scared. I'm scared. One because
Look, you
I,
scared of discovering you.
you know what? That's I was literally about to say I'm scared of Pandora's box. Like I'm scared that if I open this box, I'm gonna be out here a wild and crazy kid, and I'm gonna be like when they first went into Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. When they first went to the chocolate factory, they was like you like candy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I like a Snickers bar, a Twix, some Skittles, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Yeah. But
yeah,
once you see it in
yeah.
abundance, it's like, wow. Like the Reading Rainbow Kid. Wow. It's a whole
Mhm.
new world. And I don't know. I'm very overstimulated, but in an obsessive way. And so I
Mhm.
don't know that would be a good place for me. I don't know if I should
It's
do
it's
that.
it's it's fun even just to tour, just to see. So how you talked about how to build a sex room. All those different elements that were in the sex room are going to be in the dungeon. So you'll have a chance to touch, to like see,
So I've already decided from the
to
show
just
I
lean up
want my
against
own
like,
sex room. I've
oh
already decided.
yeah.
But not necessarily for the fact that it's a sex room, but for the fact that one, that lady need to come to my house because some things was like amazing. Like she hooked
Mhm,
them things up, and two,
mhm.
like just the idea of a hideaway space, like that. It just sounds fun. It just sounds fun.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I always figured Pandora's box because the metaphor is sort of funny. Nah, it's not a metaphor. It's once you open a space that you can't close, like a feeling, a desire, a thought that just takes you down a rabbit hole. What does
Mhm.
NSFW stand for on Discord? In this section, I've never got that. Um, I don't know. At least.
Um.
Oh, not safe for work. Oh, okay, got you. Boom.
Oh, okay.
Fetish.com brings me to a site that says this is not a dating site. You just picked a woman that you want to. I'm gonna have to send you the link because that's not where it take me. that ain't that ain't where it take me, and I could be saying it wrong. So yeah, I'm sorry. Not safe for work. Got you. I didn't know that's what that meant, but I get it now. I get it now. NSFW. Got it. Not safe for work. Meaning don't open this while you at work because your coworker's going to look at you side eye and you might get fired. Got it. Got it. All right, y'all. We got to let this queen get back to her evening. I appreciate y'all for coming in and talking with me. This conversation actually went. I don't see any dungeons near me. You in Georgia? There's some dungeons near you, girl. We gonna find
Oh,
them.
baby, it's plenty of dungeons
We gonna
in
find some. We
Atlanta.
gonna find them together.
As a matter of fact, the Tokyo Valentino on, oh, which one is it? And it's only one that has the lifestyle club inside of it, and that's downstairs, and upstairs they have a dungeon.
Candy got a dungeon now. Come on now.
They have
It's
the St. Andrew's Cross. They got cages in there. They got the spanking
there's a dungeon
benches.
near you.
No, it's a
We
dungeon
gonna
in
we
this
gonna
one.
find you one. Okay. We gonna talk about it. We gonna After stream, or maybe not after stream. I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about it. We'll get together and talk about it. We're gonna find some dungeons and dragons. No, I'm joking. Um,
Yes, yes, yes. Make it fire. Yes.
I play too much. Y'all. I play too much. I play too much. Anyway, this conversation definitely did go longer than I intended. I did not mean to take up all your time. First, I had sound issues, but then the conversation was so good and y'all were so interested and y'all were having questions. We just was like, fuck it, we ball. That's what we did.
I enjoyed
So
it.
if y'all want her to come back, let me know. We can definitely have and pick up another conversation. Y'all have questions. Follow her on IG. If y'all want to ask personal questions or anything, I assume
Hop in my
she would
DMs.
be open to.
Absolutely.
I just signed her
Absolutely.
up for that. She gonna answer your question. Okay.
I'm happy to direct you to, and again, I don't profess to be the master of anything, but I've taken the initiative to genuinely invest in what it is that I love as my life. And so I'm happy to direct you to the who's of how to for
Whatever
for,
it is,
for
y'all.
stepping into
So
this. Yeah. Yeah.
anything y'all learned about me is eventually I'm gonna have me a sex room. Okay. Apparently I like to get choked and dress up, and I don't know what I like in sex for real. So
We're gonna figure
we,
out this foreplay situation. Now, I'm gonna need you to talk to your pussy, please.
I don't. What if she don't answer me back?
She will.
She can be like, Heifer, we ain't talked in so long. We are not friends. We are not friends. Okay, I don't even like you like that no more. But why give her that voice? I don't know, cause I feel like she ghetto. She probably ghetto. She's ratchet. I know she ratchet.
Ratchet. Yeah.
But but again, thank you so much, y'all. Y'all have a good night. If y'all want me to stream a little longer, play a little game, just have a little after talk, put your pause in the chat. If you're not a subscriber and you can't put a pause, just put a thumbs up, put a yes, put a one, put a something if y'all want to have a little talk. LOL. She likes you better look at me when I'm talking. You better look at me while I'm talking to you. And you know what? I look at her all the time, so she probably mad that I just be looking at her and not saying nothing. Like, we probably got some beef and I don't even know it.
Look at my funny side eye. She didn't interpret it all them looks all wrong.
Right, because I just look at her just to make sure she's healthy. Like, that's why I look at
Of
her.
course.
But, I never even thought about talking to her. Good night. I'm zonked. I'm going to sleep. No, bye-bye. Happy I caught you. Though I'm so happy you caught me too, even though I came in while you were talking about sucking balls.
Oh, but that was a hell of an entry, boy.
Sometimes you gotta make an entrance, okay? Some people enter a room and some people make an entrance, okay? It's a thing. It's a thing. But I'm gonna hit my be right back screen. I will be back to just have a little conversation with y'all, okay? All right. All right.
Bye, y'all.
I'm emotional. Hey y'all, I am back. I think my echo is gone. Shout out for the gone echo. Let me listen for a second, make sure it's not just delayed. Yes, it is gone. Yay. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the conversation. Hopefully y'all had a good thing. Hopefully it was a good thing. But does anybody have anything they want to talk about? Anybody? Yeah, great stream. Thank you for hanging out. I want to pet play. I could see you doing that, Shell. I could see you pet play. I could see that for you. Maybe you can like implement it into your OnlyFans, cause I could see that. I think that'll work well with your personality. Now, would you pet play with a couple, or would you want it to be male and female, or would you want it to be female and female pet play? Now that is the question. That was good. I was listening to the conversation while watching. What cam do I have? My camera is old, honey. It's old as Christmas. Okay, like old. It is a Canon Rebel T2i. They have made a million series since then. So this one, I feel like if you buy it in the store, it's probably $25. It probably not, because Canons kind of hold value for the most part, but it's an old camera. It's an old camera. Eventually in life, I'll upgrade. I got a Canon M50. So you know what? I have that Canon too, but I use that Canon to interview people. Like it's a lighter, smaller camera, so I can take it in and out of stuff. I can record stuff really quickly. It's not really heavy, so I use that camera to do my cons or interviews or whatever. I was contemplating on maybe getting another one to use to stream, because it would be a more updated camera. But again, we gotta budget bit by bit, little by little. I can't let items take away from my time streaming. Just male and female. What are you trying first, Tony? I don't know what I'm trying first. I don't know. I am actually really interested in trying to see about the cons and stuff, like, cause I love a con. Obviously I go to like cosplay cons, but I like to see what other cons, like, what they be doing, what's going on, cause y'all know I'm nosy. I be trying to check it out. I don't know why I was in caps. It's okay. I understood it wasn't intentional. I want a Sony Alpha. Really? I don't know. Only camera I know about is Canon, so I ain't never had a desire for another brand, because I've been embedded with Canon. Everybody who has taught me about cameras or anything about cameras is Canon, and this Canon was my actual first DSLR camera rather. Just followed you. I see you're trying to get to 900 followers. That bit $300. What's $300? The Sony? That's actually not bad. It's not bad. I'm a camera head and microphone head. Listen, so my microphone is a Rode microphone. 3,000, my bad. Oh, okay. Now that makes more sense. I was like, 300. Let's get that today. Let's get it now. No. But 3,000, yeah, that's a bit. That's a couple of more streams. Yeah, I need a few more subs, a couple of more streams. I gotta definitely get myself together for that. 3,000 is a bit. It's a bit. I have so much more that I want to do. I need to get a new graphics card for my computer, so that comes before my camera. I low-key want to do a dual computer setup, So I even want to build if I don't get the graphics card, then I want to build a second computer, and just stream and game, separately off of each of them. That would be great. Or with what I have, I want to get a laptop, to just add to the setup. So yeah, I have like a million stream goals. I want to get a new chair. I think I just bought the chair. I think I messed it up, so I don't really know if I bought the chair or didn't buy the chair. I paid for a chair, but I promise you, I don't know where my money just went. Like, and I know that's bad, but I'm trying to give it some time to adjust or whatever. But yeah, I have no idea if I bought it or not. I paid for something. What that something is, I don't know. I don't know what I just paid for. I'm gonna have to call and check it out. Check it out later, I guess. Cause I was just really anxious on buying it, but I also was kind of like distracted. So hopefully, hopefully I did the right thing. We'll see. Stay tuned. Dot dot dot. So I don't know. But Shell asked a good question. Those that are interested, what type of things would you like to start? I know Power Pack, you were saying something about being a swinger, but you also said that's the low end. What's at the top end? What's something you are interested in trying and checking out? My bad. What you say? I'm on Warzone. Oh, I was saying, you had mentioned swinging was your on your low end. What other things were you thinking about trying? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And that's about it. You just want to try swinging. That's it. That's it. Shell, if you're still here, with your pet play, would you get costumes? Would you get any costumes? And Money Matt, since you've never dated or engaged in intercourse, what did you learn that you feel is information you can take with you um, in the conversation as a whole? I think I'm already exploring what I'm interested in. Feels like it's a bit late in life, but to be finally having this self exploration. But Laura is what it is. Listen, I don't think it's late in life to explore yourself. I do cosplay. Okay. Let me find out. I'm learning new things about people all the time. See, that's why you gotta have this conversation, cause You just never know. You know, you may have people that do or are interested in some of the things you do, but you never have the conversation. So it's like, oh, wait, you do that? I didn't know you do that. And you really have more people in your village than you think. Maybe like a villain. Listen, I like to be a villain. I love a good villain story. I love a good villain story. For sure. Winter, listen, I'm not a spring chicken, and clearly I'm still like, hey, I don't even know. I don't know. I'm so confused, so lost. Not I don't think I'm lost. I just think like I'm in unfamiliar territory. But yeah, you're ever changing. Each year you get older. When you're 10, 15, 13, 27, 97, you're all still new and your body is always changing. So I imagine that with each change in your body changes your preferences, and you got to relearn that specific part of yourself. So you're never too late. My comment is I feel like I'm playing little catch up. Not unless you felt like you missed out on something, but you didn't, because you can't miss what you never had. Now you just, getting some extra stuff. It's good anytime you know stuff. It's fun to explore, and maybe you like pain even with a low tolerance. I don't know, cause even like getting like spanked, like it's not a horrible thing, but it definitely breaks like my focus, and I don't like my focus being broken. So I don't know. It may be something. I mean, anything is for me is learnable. No, I'm not gonna say anything. That's a bit much, but I think it can be learnable, but I don't know. I don't know. We gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna check it out. I just learned a lot of stuff, but still learning. Okay. All right. Listen, whenever you find that first girl, I want to hear all about it. Like, I want to hear all about it. Since you mentioned choking, maybe it's the threat control thrusting thing. Maybe like choking doesn't hurt me, or it hasn't hurt me. So it's more of the definitely the being control thing. I do like the being control. Now you either want to popped or not. Thrust, not trust, not trust. Clearly, I'm reading random stuff. The trust thing. Um, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know. It's a trust thing, but I mean, I've had like I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's the beginning of the journey for me. I will see. Stay tuned. Dot dot dot. I think we'll probably do like a part 2 of this, maybe some in the weeks to come, and we'll bring the doctor on. We'll bring Climaxx back, and we'll bring maybe another person who's in the lifestyle as well, and we'll get some different sides of it. So the doctor, I think, would be a great addition because she can answer probably more technical and safety and exploratives from that angle. So I think that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I'm really glad y'all liked this conversation. Again, I really didn't think it was gonna be that long. My plan with y'all was to have and talk to her maybe for an hour, hour and a half. And then I was probably just gonna like play a game. I didn't really have a specific game. I was just gonna go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, boom. You pick a game and play it. I'll probably be buying some new games tomorrow. Maybe like one or two that I have on my wish list. I try to every month, if I can. I try to buy myself a new game. So I may buy one or two games tomorrow. Just to add, even if I don't play them right away, because I have some games that I don't play or haven't played just yet. But I like to have a collection, so I'm not always like waiting and trying to figure out what game I want to play. I know Money Matt told me I should play Madden, but I think I'll be really bad at it. And I don't want to pay that much for a game that I'm going to be really bad at. I haven't played Madden since 2003. So, yeah. It's been too many years. Too many years for me to try to go back to that. I'm not even going to even attempt to try like 2K or nothing like that. I'm not even going to hold y'all. Oh my goodness. I think I bought something but didn't buy something, if that makes sense. I know it doesn't make sense, but I thought I bought something. We support you no matter what you play. Aww. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for just being and hanging out. And just chilling with me, even through all my technical difficulties. Because I be doing some crazy stuff sometimes. I'll be just messing up stuff. But it's all a part of the learning process. Because realistically, I have only been streaming for like 5 months. And it feels longer. But it's not. It's really only been. I've only been here for 5 months. And when I think about it, I'm like, whoa, it hasn't even really been a year since I started this. And it's been fun. It's been so fun. And y'all have really made it fun for me. So I appreciate y'all. Because I've met some amazing people. I was in Jazz's stream and we were talking about the thing about the great parts about Twitch. And realistically, some of y'all are like more like a friend than friends I've called friends for years. So it's been real fun getting to know my streamer people. You know, whether I met you for you just walking in here or I met you because I was, you know, interested in another streamer. I think it's all been fun. However, whatever brought you here or however we have crossed paths, I have, you know, met some wonderful people. And I'm sure there's like crazy people out there. But so far, knock on wood, I'm knocking my cup over. I haven't met any so far. I've met some like maybe streamers that are kind of like but I haven't met any like super horrible people. You're doing great. 5 months in flourishing in this space. Gotta go to sleep now, gorgeous. Thanks for a great conversation, education. Good night, beautiful. I know, you know, you're a full-time content creator and you need your rest. I'm probably about to end stream anyway because I too gotta go to sleep because I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm gonna get NBA 2K since my friends want me to make center. Okay. All right. As you should, because you already like basketball. So I just assumed that was already on your list. I just assumed that was already there. But all right, y'all. Let's see who we gonna raid today. We're gonna raid. I'm gonna raid somebody. I feel a raid in my spirit. Hee. Well, I'm gonna read. Then good night to you both, lovely ladies, and that awesome chat. All right, if y'all want to hang around for 2 seconds for my random raid, y'all can raid and post my little message and leave. Y'all know I like to feel like I'm important for a half a second. Like, just post my message like, yeah, we here, and then y'all go to bed. Because that's what I'm going to do. If y'all want to. No pressure. If you don't, it's okay. Here is my little raid message. The second one works as well too. For those that are not so you don't have the emote to raid, you can do the raid Tony Tiger Town raid. The other one is for the subs that do have it, and we're gonna go see another, I'm not gonna say one of my, but another baddie streamer. I have rated them before, but we'll rate them again. Shell's not on, so we can't rate her. How dare she not be streaming? How dare she? No, I'm just joking, girl. I better go to bed soon. I go to 2 in the morning. All right, y'all. Here we go. We rate it out, cause we all gotta go to bed. We all need some sleep. We all need some sleep. Boom. 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 All right, y'all. Thank you. Y'all have been great. Y'all have been terrific. Love you, okay? Bye. Rate with me now.